and matured, una go able to think of a brighter future. So let me say no for push. Let me say no for
Sierra Leone. Push. You ma killer, this is for you them. Hope for you say.
This ain't not a kush. No, not a kush. No, not a kush. Oh yeah, I can feel them. What are they on me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die in the street. Oh, me I can feel them. When they see me brother them in the streets. Yeah, some they link they not. Some lay down a guts at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask, they tell me say na kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left, the horse them gonna get so all day they kush. Oh yeah, say not a kush. Oh. Me brother don't want before him time. Say not a kush. Oh. So we they use the old age man youngest. Say not a kush. Oh. The youths them just they die. Say not a kush. Oh. Sorry Salone. We say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. We say that's a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Hope for you to say, is it all?
Pambulden. Una good evening, una good afternoon, una good morning. I hope say any side usai una friend una self. I hope say una they do well. I hope say like the week has been kind to you people. I hope say too much yagba no happen to una. So una know for say the last 3 weeks. Me and the cold and the voice, we don't defect not so. We still defect. But every week, as soon as you can see me, thank you very much for our prayers then. And, saying I'm thinking about you, Matilda, I'm praying for you to get better. Indeed, our prayers then they work because this week, definitely better than last week, not so. As soon as they hear me voice. Not me for zone, I'm not going to see a coffee under or coffee, but in general, I'm not going to hear me voice. Okay, so I don't even say I do it self. I don't see the WhatsApp group don't begin spark. And I see say the YouTube self don't begin spark. All right, so that allow me make I say I do first before I begin spark. How about that? Anyways, people, I know for say today now a conversation way long overdue. I know for say today now a conversation where some man go say, I don't hear this conversation, Boku. But even before I sit down inside proper one, but tell una wetin make this conversation no go expire until something happen. I want to introduce una to some big alleged them wey sit inside this studio with me today. For right now, we get 2 of them. Dan dey no mean say as time dey go, some more no go join we. Until now understand sometimes different commitments. There are times where I don't can so last minute to the show, and I can even see a day out of breath. I'm like, I need to catch my breath, but I needed to do the show, so I am here now. So sometimes these things happen. So without make I not waste much time, I go get 2 MBEs then I also member of the British I waiting I can call them. Member of the British waiting and call her the what is that?
Empire, member of the British
Yes.
Empire.
Yes. Member of the British Empire. I say I get 2 MB now. One done there so right now. But make we tell family I do. Miss Alima tell family I do. Make them no say you self sit down I so today.
Yes, so Matilda, thank you. Una kabo, una kusho, una afternoon, or una good evening, wherever una day, if una day salon, let God send in greetings into una. For the one that we know they na salon, I dey greet una all back.
Indeed. For the one that we know this salon, it don't tell una adu, it don't tell una kushe, it don't tell una cabo. So I don't have for you feel say, hey, Matilda, the people are waiting cat. They forget to you. Eh, na me una dey aso. So
After me greet them back pantimini, una piari, I go greet them palimba, I go glitange, I go greet them pan fula njarama, I go greet them pa mende bua bise, also again, I go greet them pan
indeed,
so if I so.
indeed.
Salam alaikum. For the one day where they come to Mecca, the one day where they Mecca, salam alaikum.
Yes, indeed. See, I not even sit down inside the show. If I notice people and not already they tell them story about what happened to them and how it happened to them. So this is how important this conversation is. But make I not waste time. We get another person with inside the studio with me right now. Where na Madam Awa DCC. Madam Awa tell family they are do.
Una good evening, una morning, una afternoon, sometimes una good night. I tell everybody I do. Now the UK, Sierra Leone, all over the world. Una they watch me today. I say to una salam.
Indeed. So you see, don't say so. You don't tell una salamo adeya so ayeri. Hey, make nobody no can talk. So very soon, I will send out the links then to the live show na the group for make una distribute them to una, una people them. The live links will be ready soon, and I go as soon as I receive them, I go send them at the main group, and then I go distribute them to una people them. Well, people them, me people them. I know for say, boku of una right now, waking watch me all over the world. Some of una, I they bring this right on top. Right on top, make una know because una see me name Matilda J. Cole. Now they can't say, waiting this Borka get for talk about cutting. Waiting is Sabi Pangundo business. Waiting in business. Waiting make it they can put much usai and not belong. Well, una guess waiting. Yes, mina Borka and mina a proud Borka. Courtesy of my grandmother, courtesy of my mother, who happens to be a Bulum woman. Right? So get that. Shabu mami na born me. I always don't tell on that. But I am a Burka and a very proud Burka. So I been don't tell una say about 3 weeks ago, every time when I do my show, I dey tell una say today yon Nambara Soto or Soto Nambara get for happen na yasu. Because we not get for left any stone unturned. We can yaso for can talk with true. We can yaso for can talk with experiences them. We can yaso for can talk waiting we know. The one way happen to we, the one way not happen to we, and the one way we no want for make happen to we picking them. We nieces them. We grandpicking them. We great grandpicking them we get for come. Because that same day, we go don't go. But if we do the right thing now, it means say, by the time we great grandpicking them go they come. They self go sit down here and talk like me. And they not go even get the notion or the sense something of something like that existing. Now, when I say something like that, I dey talk about the nefarious, the bad part of it. I know they talk about the good side of it. Because in everything, there exists a good side, there exists a bad side. And now that's make, if una notice, now my timeline na Facebook and everywhere else also I promote this particular talk today. I say the answer is not just as simple. It's not just a simple conversation of a yes and no thing. It's not a complete yes. It's not a complete no. But if we come together and we talk together, definitely we go find ourselves in the middle. And that middle they go be the sweet spot where everybody go enjoy. This particular conversation where they get today was birthed out of something where happened. I believe it's been now 4 weeks, right? The resurgence of the Bondo Society, na Kenema. I've been there for take me time for watch inside, for say waiting they go on, because when I see the name, obviously I don't make the connection. For me, it was just another society that is, resurgent where they come back. But somebody where happened for be a court woman call me and say, Matilda, you don't see what's in they go on? Then I was on the road traveling. I'm like, what do you mean? They say, Matilda, you cannot sit, you have to speak up. And I'm like, so long as the cause na a good cause, and I don't say you not get for big me. God gave me a big mouth and the confidence to speak because of that. You don't need for beg me for that. What is it? They explain to me. So me said, how are they na the road? I take them, begin do me research small. My promise to this person was, because of everything where we don't hear it internationally, from the person where married the head man inside the house, where they go all side and they talk. And we right now, one of the major campaign now, child early and waiting and call them child early marriage, right? Right. So the dissuasion of that, for make we left hand day. I said to the person, because I say make I even left hands off our girls, because that is a whole complete mixture of things. I say make I just look at this 1 year so no more. I say if she is true to what she says and preach, then like when you don't show me the invitation letter, where they invite them and I they go kakatu at this event, I'm like, you know go show up. I'm like, so before I be preemptive and begin talk, I say, how about we wait and see what happens? So the person said to me, Matilda, please don't wait. This about for some picking, then this is a life and death situation. And I said to them, no, I have to wait, because for me not the type of person I can let for speak with evidence. If I don't get evidence, then there is no reason for me for speak. I said, but there is one thing I go address. As a Christian, I say me they don't violate my own space, because that Sunday then I've been Pentecost Sunday. I say so because na Pentecost Sunday as a Christian, I say first of all, you don't spit na my face. So I will address that side of it. But the other side of it, let's wait and see. And that's what I did. And then a week following that, I was just there minding my business, JJ. How something come for me, how will not come for me. I happen for go Facebook. And I don't go Facebook that often, funnily enough. And then I saw someone talking about this issue with so much passion by the name of Miss Serian. Hopefully she'll be able to join us today. Where you don't talk, you don't explain, you don't go, you don't talk, and you can see the anger. It was a mixture of emotions in her. Anger, disappointment, let down, complete frustration of we don't know what else to do. And Matilda being Matilda, just one word. How about we take this to a bigger audience? If even Nayaso today, we not reach the biggest audience, I know for say where this play na Salone, we dey reach the biggest audience. Because this particular show, I guaranteed it to be played in Sierra Leone, now a radio station, at least 3 times inside this week. At least 3 times inside this week. That much I can guarantee you. So, for some people, them they say culture. We they practice we culture. Now we culture, now we tradition, now we culture, now we tradition. Now this we mama then do, now this we granny then do. For some others, they say they not understand because they not belong to that culture. Because they know they practice that culture. But when you begin dig inside, you begin look inside proper. At least for me, I can clearly say from my own research, at least for me, in the last 50 or 60 years or so, this has not been something of a culture. Now we culture with the practice for the most part. People were misled. They mislead people then tell people that the wrong information. Some people, because of isolation, they don't want to be ostracized, they don't want to make people then push them a corner, they want to belong. So peer pressure as well bring people them into submitting themselves, subduing themselves to one of the most horrific experience they would live to recount. Now, I know for say there is this narrative say, woman then way then cut, now then clean. The one then way they not cut, then dirty. I wish my mom in there, I come ask her, and for ask her, say I clean or I dirty, but me no say I clean. So that is also a myth. So much myth about this whole thing. About the fact that, woman then way then cut, they're not promiscuous. They know they go sleep. They know they pa man business. They know they do man business. But the one there where they not caught, I gotta get them. So man business na and they pan fiti fata. As you touch them, so that's it. Is it really the truth though? Some people like can say, woman then way no cut, now they no more they reach climax or orgasm. Woman then way then cut, they know they reach climax or let me say this way. So even before I left and today, that is the biggest myth ever told. Because the human body is different. The spots of attraction, interaction, and the spots of touch and feeling, they're different for every individual. Waiting they turn me on, not when they turn you on. Waiting they please me, not when they please you. And for the men, they say then they caught the woman them for satisfy una. But have you been satisfied? When you see your wife in pain, during childbirth, or like I say, one of the biggest reasons right now inside Salone amongst we age group, and I believe more so in sub-Saharan Africa, infertility. And one of the biggest contributors to that now waiting, cutting. Madam Alima, the first question when me go ask you is, why society allow, first of all, and I are very, very systematic in the way why they can ask them questions there. Why society, first of all, allow for there to be a segregation between who is a woman and who is not a woman. Why society?
Thank you very much, Matilda. I mean, that was one of the most powerful opening there where I don't ever witness as on a platform like Unayon, where you get such a massive reach in the country and the people. I want to take this opportunity for thank you for the invitation where you give me. And I like the way where you structure the opening because now then kind conversation, yeah, really I think Salone people then, particularly the man and woman, need for hearing because for so long where we they talk now we community there, we tend for talk to small group there, or we go talk to activists, or we I can call we they talk to the converted. But with this conversation what I want for can talk so today. Now for that one they we know for years they don't they sit in the fence. They either know they yes, they know they no. So now they try for put me story too. The question where you ask why society don't do so. Generally, this not just a Sierra Leone thing. This division of what are called gender and gender roles that we society, now till we don't day from time where you can imagine or remember because of systems that we call patriarchy and misogyny. Patriarchy na a system of power where unfortunately it tend for give man them power over woman, where woman are not go able for say or do anything without the authority of man them. And the system of patriarchy can sit on a boku side them. It they begin, for example, it go sit on a religion, it go sit on a politics, it go sit on a the home, it go sit on a education. So patriarchy get boku ways the way it is setting itself up for create the very avenue the way they go use for control where I say this system of power and control for control woman them. So for let them go know who that them go fall in line and follow makata or follow the order because this not like system of order and control. Then get for put with side the misogyny now come, even though you can get so woman they will no say waiting and they do so wrong. Every time usai misogyny and patriarchy they walk hand in hand. Most time now woman them they propel or they fascinate this order of control. Now, woman then are the way we can call the drivers them. Because waiting do, everybody want for finding self na place where it go feel like I say it get a voice who side in the control, right? Who side suppression and oppression the rule. Everybody want forget in lily freedom we go make it feel like I say it go do in your team for in yourself without nobody no go tell her waiting for do. If I just use that word there for now. So within that structure, the other power dynamics they develop. When are then kind people here we go say, in order for let we keep the other group there under we usually like small girl picking or other woman they were vulnerable or other woman they were go call them socio-economic status in society, maybe them poor, they not go school, they not get enough we go give them that sort of an angle where they go hold for say, myself I gave me only the power. So then go begin for use a kind of division for say for let we all go get this power where we don't get so you need for do certain thing, right? Because the actual concept even of FGM Awikana Salone now be a concept where there be need for with a certain group of women there, and then I be girl picking and young girl picking there for let them will be presented to British Army man them for let the people they like almost like them they sell them, then they prepare, they let them go sell them body to them soldier, yeah, so that the authority then the power that where we been get then they i.e. because mami you gonna be uma we been get power if I be chief at one time. So it get in your power, it using power for recruit, for coerce, for groom, for a train. We didn't say train. Now they this word come out train woman for let we be submissive. Because if you not been girl where the soldier man they want go For example, sorry for the people the way they listen and are very particular with the language what they use. And if anybody there will know the history of feminism in Africa and Sierra Leone in particular, feel free, because Malek, we don't learn about FGM. I know they talk from a perspective becoming a survivor, but I don't spend many years as a sociologist, as somebody we don't work in the field itself of international laws and history. So I dey talk from that angle there. Myself na a professional. I learn a lot about what I dey talk so about gender perspective and gender narratives in Africa. So the likes of Mami Yokud and Kind and everybody else during that 10 day, where you come on a rural setting, especially the 10 day where after slavery, Africa and Sierra Leone in particular, the directorate been dey try for expand and grow in power. So there be need for let them get Lily sort of, body jam body with the British rule. Because they know say if they jam body with the British rule, it will give them small access to this very power where the British where they can colonize Africa. So Mami Yoko then kind of begin for gather picking them na the protectorate, na the little villages them from the region who it been come out. Then they prep them, then they prepare them for the British Army. And then they go give them to the money for sleep, and in exchange, the soldier then go give the chieftaincy like ammunition, guns, them food, clothing, coffee, sugar, because now then tear no day now with history. And it's
Yeah.
sad because alone a country we don't day in existence for over 100 years. We need for know we history. Every Sierra Leonean for know in history. So this was how the power dynamics began. They begin for subjugate the Umayya as a token to the British army for letting go get something in exchange. And actually they became sex slaves or sex objects for the soldier there. So
Yeah.
and then
I
they
want,
did
I want for all you. I want for all you day.
yes,
I dey
ma'am.
do a show where a title every last Saturday of the month. I dey do a show where a historical show going through the history of Sierra Leone, but also where they make linkages with different tribes, them different cultures, different society, and different things that we don't happen at Salone. For
Yes.
the one that where they listen right now, and for the one them we go listen to this show later on. Where I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
tell una say some parts then now with history when I lie then lie. Some parts then now with history where e black tete e black, but then they use fake gold for Kobaram. Now one of the fake gold moments then I don't happen so. The first time where somebody actually tell me about this, because obviously, Panacrio, this, that, who say me they go read about Bondo Society, this, I had no interest, I don't read about FGM, but the actual history of the Bondo Society, I never actually took me time for read but and properly, not until recently. The first person will say to me, because I can get conversation with big people then. And this now a big man why they talk to now he talk to me he say we just they talk just about the history different tradition. Now he say what's the day where we go kind to the Bondo Society? Where I go tell una for say Mami Yoko na prostitution even they prostitute them picking them then we girl picking them to then wait man them. And now that make it begin this Bondo practice here so it turned them to Shema, you no go believe. And so I sat back. I'm like, what you just say, sir? He said, this Mami Okowona, they godify and glorify. This Bondo Society, this FGM one, they phone, I can soon all the fet but he say, you know how we can a Salone. You know that bring and come, and for the reason we make it bring and come. So me fambulem unu open uno yes make una yeri a corrective history. And you know the funny thing about this? To prove this fact, this person, not only tell me, he show me in the British archive. So this is no longer a story. This is something that is documented. Now something where then a book, pen and paper, where they self write. Also the where the British man then self then catalog and then write them.
Yeah. Yes, she was. They didn't
So
get an award.
sometimes,
Yes,
yes, then
yes.
with heroine, yeah, so where we can they, you know, make chest for, knock chest for. The question is, are they truly heroine? I know for say go hearty, go mona so, especially like I say, me na Boruka we sit on the talk right now. So man don't vex. It is okay. But like I can always say, the conversation must be heard. The conversation must be heard. So I hope say in just this first 30 minutes of this conversation, when I don't understand the genesis of the Bondo Society inside Salone, I hope say una get and clear. The aim wasn't to prepare for you to become a better woman. The aim was for your bodies to be exchanged for something in return. You can continue.
Thank you so much. And yes, for many people, particularly those from the south or the southern region of Sierra Leone, this was somebody who was a role model because, in actual fact, where Mami could come into sort of prominence, right? Now, Uma Wei itself went through a lot. In fact, she was arrested. There are bits of this woman we all can celebrate. In fact, that she stood up to power. It stood up to male dominance in the region, Usai Komot, a first husband, a second husband, and she eventually became a ruler. But that
Yeah.
was the steps she needed to go through. And in fact, I take people that will not know the history and bring a little bit of the connection from the British Army to the British as we know it today. So in the UK and during this period of Mamiyoko, the UK elite then began a system called the debutante. And the debutante to this day, in fact, they did not abolish them. So Queen Elizabeth na abolition because when you get to understand the real significance of what the debutante was all about, it said to himself, this does not fall within the modern context of womanhood, of the royal, and in fact of what we call the class system, right? Because it was very class system. So when Mami Yoko can visit, and as a result, because she was campaigning with the British Army for make sure say they know about Sierra Leone, they know about their territories, because they were in this quest for rule Africa. So she visited the United Kingdom. When he visited Queen Victoria, Victoria hosted Mamiyoko. And as a part of that hosting, it get foresee because again, she came from prominence as a daughter of a chief herself. When he visited Queen Mary of Queen Victoria, I may get it right and wrong, but please correct me because I can get the names and confused. So she was hosted, and in hosting her, she was told about the debutante or the process of the debutante. For those that for the one that we not be waiting, have been debutante. In the time of this royal family in the UK, they will take young adolescent girls, them 14 to 16, roughly maybe 17, but not higher than that age. And they usually go from where I call aristocratic homes. So it could be maybe the first general practitioner, like the health of doctor, a farmer, a duke, or something. If you get your girl picky, they pay a certain amount of money. The host of the debutante party, like a party, somebody they host them party, bring you adolescent girls. Then the person where they host the party go arrange for the son of the Duke of Marlborough, the Duke of Winchester, the Duke of Gloucester, bring your son, or the highest man where they earn the highest money in the town in the UK, that is, you go bring your son or your daughter, then come mingle with other people there, or i.e. these other young people there, then they go arrange marriage. Even the Queen and his sister, the Queen Elizabeth and his sister, then go debutante. So then they treat somebody like
So
Diana.
I want all you there. I want all you
Yes.
there. If you not know waiting at debutante, make a put on for una quick. Una can watch the Nigerian movie, they're not also.
Yeah.
So then Nigeria movie there who say, the king in boy pikin or in girl pikin, the one wey get money, na him they can marry them. Na him na
Yes.
debutant. Or
Mm.
in modern days, have you watched Bridgerton? If you have
That's
watched
it.
Bridgerton, then you know the concept of what she's talking about. Make we continue.
Yes. So, like,
Matilda,
so,
Yes, ma.
Alima,
yes.
sorry, sorry for interrupt. Like among the Fulanis, Madingas, like arranged marry from you come on a rich home to other rich home. In those days, a poor Madingo girl no they marry to a poor Madingo man. Una they come from rich una meet, they arrange between una marry. Still down they go on as alone.
Yes.
So
So now they dance where you see the titi, then they dance, then go wear them best clothing, then go wear them best jewelry. Then mama they dress them because nobody no want for let in Pekin sit on a house because waiting them they do then tell them the way you married into their rich homes here, you they automatically call woman they not be get right to nothing. In the
Yeah.
1800s, women had no rights to nothing, no land, no property, nothing. Essentially, when you married man, he own everything. So if the man die, he will left you possession. Rich families, they take their daughters them, then do then debutantes, they make arranged marriage within them, set up then they, so that when you married, if the man die, most likely you go likely for married a much older man self in some cases, even divorces them, they can't look when their wife then die, they go marry the younger version because they know say this person will look after me. Now that make what we can pull Bondo, you they see then they showcase the entity and then go wear we in the nicest clothes so that they go pick you among the crowds for say you don't ready for marriage. So no different because even in the United Kingdom, this within the same circle of people that we Mami Yoko can meet, then be already
Yes.
the practice of FGM. There was a doctor that attended where we believe say even Queen Mary, sorry, that was Queen Mary, not Queen Victoria, Queen Mary get a similar because now be woman wey be dey live where I can call psychedelic lifestyle. Where a man die, he not married again. But all man no say he been dey date people there, including one Indian man. So he been get a fascination not just of black and brown body them, particularly with man them. So he been there into what we call diversity inclusion. So, and they choose me once the diversity inclusion. So then and the amongst the British aristocrats, if you lack man too much, because again nobody talk about sex and Britain and Salone no different. Nobody need to talk sex, how sex they happen, but waiting and they do is if they don't say, they see you they talk or you they show signs say you lack sex or you're very voluptuous or you very sexualized, then they go talk to one doctor where they call Dr. Isaac Baker Brown. This doctor they be they call and the doctor will be the court people then because him be believe say woman need man. Same ideology where we get in a salon. The ideology of the Bondo Society, they say, in order for let you, a girl or woman, survive in the context of the society of Sierra Leone, you need a man. And in order for let you survive, you need for submit yourself or be submissive to the man, be a good, because if you're not good, the man can just simply move on and go take another person. The same ideology was what the debutantes were told. If you not perform your duty like a man, i.e., if you watch the Bridgerton, you see the woman, they always go wear coupe. You see coupe came from an African woman where they called Sarah Batman, the Venus,
Yes.
So now
Yes.
Oma will be get
Yes.
big waist, coupe not
Big
to wait
waist.
people. This is an African thing. The fact that slavery be just done over, and there was this fascination with black women and we body them. We know they're not because again manipulate we as people, and that is what is going on to this day. The manipulation politics don't manipulate FGM and Salone. Woman the way one join politics don't manipulate poor women. Therefore believe say they need for put them picking them bundo for let them be woman and succeed in a society. But when in actual fact then they put them picking them for support their woman for get power. not to them, not to for let them pick them better, you they support another power. That dynamics did not change for over 200 years. It not change. So this is how the history of Madame Yukuna that make the Queen recognize them as a friend, as somebody who really do the work where the British them you want for let it do, i.e. support the British Army. You know, me partner and I'm ex-military. So I know the
Yeah.
UK British military history. So that was the relationship Madame Yoko had, that she was even recognized. Now, when you look, because that's another way that FGM came into Sierra Leone, but over time now, when you look like the North, the West, and Central, where Freetown, for example, obviously, we get intermarriages, people that are coming from all parts of other parts them of Africa. Like my colleague don't say
Yes.
how other mentioned the Madingo there, the Fula there. Like the way FGM is done, it coincide or it goes side by side. In fact, then they put you FGM, then you married on the same day. The Malian community, then they put you today, then they cut you, then you married. Because again, the pain, the idea of pain and bleeding, where they can call in some parts of the FG for that. In fact, according to the World Health, now 4 types of FGM. We
Yes.
in Salone, we dey practice FGM even when you die, because we get this fear of women then having any kind of pleasure when it comes to their sexual gender, any kind of
Exactly.
pleasure. You not get
Yeah.
forget, because they don't indoctrinate we for belief say any exercise of desire say you want for do something to you man, it's totally wrong. Now the other way round.
Round.
And also
Indeed.
the thing of mysticism from other parts of Africa don't come into, like when you look at the not so much the Yoruba. I'm not going for use the Yoruba here because we don't actually know. I would say maybe the Africanism culture, when at this mysticism and the occult, we don't enter the secret society. Now I make them they call it secret society. Yes, initially the view was we woman they need for come together a safe space where we go talk. We no one let man they know waiting we they talk. No, that is not the idea. The idea really is because then get for do certain thing then, because going back to the British, going back to the British Army, obviously Masonic beliefs were around in the 1800s. The seafarers did it, the army did it, the professionals like banks did it. So Masonic beliefs, occultic beliefs intertwine with religion, intertwine with Africanism beliefs, all now in create all these other bits now where they don't add pan the secret society. So
Society. Okay.
yes, yes,
So our turn me attention to Madam Awa.
yes.
Madam Awa, obviously you born na Salone, you grew up na Salone and all of that, and you now an advocate now. And I believe say your advocacy obviously be birthed out of your own personal experience and also understanding waiting you don't go through as a result of waiting you experience, whether as a teenager or as a child. Um, so it is right for make us say that okay, you not a shamer, but the ideology where they sell to you for be a shamer or for be part of the shamer society, is it now waiting your life turn out for be?
Me viewers then, I'll tell
If you
una
don't
I do
mind,
back.
if you don't mind for just come up small for we so that we go
Okay.
see you. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Well, actually, when I been the grow, now thing we come to me what I'm not actually been like. When we they grow up, then go say, oh, you no can near me, you na burka. I dey ask, I say, what in this burka? Until when I go the secret society. From day one, I start for talk about am from the Bondo bush. Then say me get big mouth. Then travel come. The way wo I dey, I mean, they ask me friends then, how una own day una private side? Then they say, why you always ask? I say, no, I just want to know until when I can get me first speaking. But I know say, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. When I can hear people then they say, me, I don't want 6 picking, I don't want 7 picking, I not get no problem. Then they lie. Problem they. Big problem they not
I
just
want
one.
make you repeat that again. I want make you repeat that because that then are often the excuse where some people then can get. What do you mean? What do you mean? Me mama born with 12. We mama born with 14. Me I born 5. Nothing not happen.
So
You
from
both of
today,
you women, you have kids. You
all
both went to this society, and you know, una know wetin una experience personally.
from today, people that way they listen me, way they watch this show, even if them play and play and play 'em, let at the beg the women they let them left for talk say, I don't want 10 picking, it not affect me. Now big lie. It go affect you one or two other way. If it not affect you where you the born, where you dey get old, it affect you, or you middle age, it dey affect you. People they don't know. Let we try they know we body. So at the big, if we the women them, let's say not to FGM, not to Sierra Leone one grain, they do them. I think all over the world, even America, Canada, yeah, the UK, where they happen because people then take them picking the care and go na the country where them come out, cut them picking there before it been they happen na yeah. Like we Alima and others now who bring and can down small way it stop for happen na the UK. The UK been they see and say na culture, na tradition. But as a social worker, the borough wo me been the work, I put stop the one at our hamlet. Different types of countries and then you get Somalia and then you get African then we been the practice and what happen then they say no it's their culture no let's don't interfere until I come out I can't say no this enough for happen so na child abuse if we will beat to pikin then house then they arrest we why for cutting pikin na bathtub I say this na big child abuse from day one. Then I begin stand against an UK. But especially we Sierra Leoneans, we left to cry each other down. Oh, he get more. Look, you see, they talk about society. What in a society? Lord ask this question. What in a society? Hey, you don't go see you don't talk about Bondo society. What in a society? I think say this Bondo yana na harm them they harm we. Lord come together and we done at one. It not get used. It not get used today. It not get used tomorrow. Alima talk something say during the slave trade how them treat to slave them, then how the British them back then they used like for bring them girl picking the aristocrats. The same thing happened to other tribe then. Like we Sierra Leoneans then. If you want say you pikin they give pikin per early married or bondo and bondo and married intertwine. If you not cut it pikin, you not go give am per early child married. So it just funny in Sierra Leone. Wo I see few days ago, MP women then Sido they talk say then they can't don't bring law for child married, early child married. Now rubbish then because the two then are sisters then. If you know Koti Pikin, you know be pa married. Then I come back to the question we asked. What's in a own experience in the Bondo society? My experience. If I say it's sad, it's sad, it's sad. Like now because now woman private this. Me, the person where put me society, it take half of me body all. So I go live with that experience till I die. If I be extend say I go born 2, 3, I go born 4, 5, I go lost my life. And not only one day at the hollow and FGM again. Today Sierra Leone will get hepatitis, they married all over. Will get HIV, they married all over. Because of one knife, you go transfer to other one. Whoa, they don't know. So now the sad part of a Bondo society. In other side,
So for
would they change the knife? No, because some of them, then they drink alcohol first before they come
yes.
to you. No anesthetic. How can you the cut person flesh? You go miss. Or you don't tipsy, you don't drink alcohol. So with experience like that all, I think say I know I
I
drop
know.
tears.
Yes, I know.
We for
It's
come together, especially the the woman them today. Yes, everybody getting young. Say who say the funny money. If in a campaign, we don't need campaign from here, from Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, in fact, we campaign woman then they against we. Let her not throw me word away. Like the first lady, one of Fatima, Jabi. If you say answer for our girls, answer for our girls, now so many things. But
yeah.
for me, I not say other person. For me, I want to go. I not say nothing we do for young girls there. Instead, prostitution can work in our country. This latter part, you go salon, you dey see them 10 years, 13 years, 14 years, because me get office na the eastern. Na net would they do outrage for go and give condom to them. With the answer of our girls, he bring who picking the most of them today na prostitute. Then they turn up wait for small money. And if then they talk say if you no go Bondo, now they make it a lek man. If we look the dynamic between the one that we not caught with we were caught. We were caught. Now who the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 man. The one we not caught in one grand boyfriend is satisfied with her. So which one bad? Among the uncaught one with will caught. Because you never satisfy. You never satisfy. So me own intake with this. Lord talk to a woman there, especially the politician there. I know a lot will go put 80 bondo for votes. We'll go give money for the comrade and for let them hand over them picking them to them. For make them vote for them. And if you look back, the Bondo Society where then they put, now bring poverty can to Boku Mami them. Because if the mami no get money, because one Bondo picking sometimes they pay £100 for cotton. Then you get for buy clothes and other things them for her. For the day old and they pull them, I don't make all that they say gradation. If you get 5 daughters, you not can get the upper hand. a 40, 50-year-old man go come, he asks one of them in hand in marriage. So the day when I begin the after the graduation, then just they pass on to the old man. He go get the lady for born. The body no able give for like for like able push. He can't get here. Now in the turn fistula. Today we get boku woman then we get fistula na salon. So people the
Yes.
way they are reading, they not we know they talk. Africa woman they will lips tight. Now we like a
Okay,
will get
so
them big mouth head. Now we they talk.
basically waiting it talks on as something when a program we have been done do before with some medical people then at this place about the fistula because the rise of fistula. As a matter of fact, they part of an organization where at one point we've been the sponsor the Aberdeen Women Center because now they for the most part now they treat them, now they operate on the Aberdeen Women Center. When I did and they care their woman or their I will call them girls because most of them are girls. Them body not mature it for take on waiting them put span them. Right? So basically waiting I done there. Now where woman in body because una know for say yeah, so I can like for break and down. Where they can say they pull water, right? The woman they pull water, or some people like can say in waist they leak. No, not to in waist they leak or in body not just decide for just pull water like that, like how na can talk am. Nothing nine cause thing. So una yere we anti our begin. He say if anybody tell you say them put am Bondo Society, there is no consequence, meaning say nothing not go happen at all. I say that person did like you. He said, because if you not suffer the effect today, you go suffer either way you dey born pikin, or you go suffer as you dey old. So there are different stages, but at one point in time in your life, that effect there, that consequence is there. You must suffer am. Una bear in mind say 88% of Sierra Leonean girls are caught. I know say some people can say, why una they talk say na caught, na tradition? No, it is caught. They are caught. I get two women then I also we don't experience her. And I sure say from one to the other, they experience them completely different. Completely different. Some people then are the clitoris, the hood, they remove it, they hatch it out. Some people then are the labia minora, the clitoris, the labia minora, all then they pull come out. Some then when they not pull that one and they come out are the Somalians, them according to what I understand, then they go back and sew them. Then just they left small hole no more for the person for peace. You tell me how you expect the human body where God himself taking time make. You know the parts them where that body they need for function. Then you decide say no, this part here so. It's not good at all. As a matter of fact, in Zambia, they get the one way, then they pull, draw for make the thing elongate. And it has to elongate to a certain centimeter before now you are eligible for marriage. I mean, are we human beings? Now that make today I'm very deliberate about the question one asked. I said the knife versus the individual. The knife versus the individual. Then people here so una they carry them go into bushes them, into huts them, into homes them. Where sometimes the knife una use pandeng granny. Now that same knife they now they use pandeng. Unsanitized. Sometimes that knife they don't rusty. If watching you they do, and this is the question, and they put this question to now too. And next time I will try to forget somebody where really they are all, oh, Mina Bondo woman. Mina, you know, because I really want to understand the two ideologies. Because sometimes people
For
can
me,
say, oh, now just they focus on one side, una not they focus on the other side. How does it make sense to you? And last week I asked the same question, say, if somebody can able justify to me, say, Wetin you dey do in right. For make you go take
We-
alcohol, for make you be inebriated, for make you not dey na you common sense, for able for cut through somebody, then obviously what you are doing is not right. And the other question, I wish Serian was here because that particular question, maybe I be don't keep am for and say,
well,
this
I can help
this
you with
body
that.
parts where
I
they
can.
dey cut, wetin dem dey do with am?
Yes.
Where does it
Well, I
go?
can help.
Does it get
Yes.
cooked and you people eat
Well,
it? Is that what become the secret society? What is it?
Well, I can help you with that. And again, with
Please go
caution
ahead.
here, because yes, and this is a message for anybody when they watch the program, because I always like to give a disclaimer. For some people, then the message where we dey talk and the conversations we are having here can conjure up some sentiments, emotions. And if you are triggered by what we dey say, I mean, I will be available at the end of this conversation for counsel anybody we get any questions and we might be worried. And for those that really support the idea, I actually also want for talk to the kind people in there because Matilda, you say something you mentioned, which is what I wanted to talk about. Let me talk about the facts. For me, I believe in the facts.
Yes.
30 odd years ago, where I experienced FGM, I been feel say not part of me. So, in fact, my mama and papa opposed FGM. But unfortunately, my granny be one let them cut me because yes, I born a Salone, but when I two, my parents they left Salone, we go Liberia. So I come from a very affluent family, a very what I would call society driven family. As a firstborn, first girl picky, I be get a place in my society. Regardless if I be ever kind Europe, I for be still make life very comfortable in a salon because of the background, both my mama's side, because them both come on a very powerful, influential families in a Sierra Leone. But let me state the facts of what FGM is. And I want at the talk and Creole is something that I don't use for talk and English, but I talk and in Creole. So according to
Yes.
the World Health Organization, again, sometime in 2002, I believe, and we get the lady where they call Comfort Momo. She's a midwife, a lady where how and myself and Syrian work with, sadly don't pass away, Efwa Dokunu. Now they work with the World Health Organization for come up with the terminology because up until then and day, despite the years of campaigning where they don't get to Africa, we not been really the likes of Dr. Koso Thomas, when a Sierra Leonean doctor, we really be the campaign. We come so close up to 1992 for ban FGM before the Civil War for FGM na
Yes.
Salone because of the great work of Dr. Koso Thomas. So they work on what we call the definitions, the way we get to the way you mentioned. So type 1, what they call clitoridectomy, in the culture, tradition, I want for use because me not believe in a culture and I not believe, but because that the language this way salon then they use, and they use that language there for
Yes.
lago, they feel comfortable. Community call and culture. So type 1, when they call clitoridectomy, na the cutting of the clitoral hood. Now for all gal picking, we get a clitoris, but it gets a clitoral hood na like umbrella, just as umbrella term. So the head of the umbrella na at the surface where we dey see for we the woman there. Then the handle and the hook of the umbrella it dey under the body. Nobody dey see and pass doctor will do a procedure where they go open where you go see the hand and the handle of the umbrella. So that top of the umbrella there. Now we believe say because in communities they're not just Salone or Boku African, mostly African community, the Middle East, the Far East. Now we know India and all them places they self believe that then get that same belief they say because where a woman get belly before the baby they reach certain week, the same genital organ when at this clitoral hood now they turn to penis for boys, it turn to clitoris for girl picking. They get the same characteristics, then they elongate, they're sensitive, then they do all thing. So back again to this power dynamic what I've been telling you, in so many cultures, they including where we get a salon, because they believe say woman not forget culture, woman not for do the thing we man they do. Now man they no more for do that. So from the onset, they believe say if we cut that umbrella head there, the umbrella no go open because we no want let the umbrella open, let it go choke the man, right? And they use
Right.
because they pick me language while they talk. So then we get
Yes.
the one where they call type two. Type two, like what you mentioned, for them when they win a woman there, we know we get two lapa there. We get the small lapa who they cover first, then we get the big lapa within a door. So then they per English they call it lips. So then la pardon day, it depends who side you come out and the region where you come out. So like the one they way come out south, then just they go cut because we get what we call small bondo, where you there between say infant to about 10, 11. Then where you don't reach adolescent, pre-adolescent, then they carry you go then go do the big one when now we go take long thing na the bondo bush. So it
So
depends who side you come.
hold on. You just said something where I wasn't privileged to. So they get small bondo and big bondo. So which means you
Yes,
get mutilated twice.
you get mutilated twice, then they go test you first. Waiting and they do, then they tell you, then like a warning, but also then they give you like waiting a call a coffee order as a child, and they give you a coffee order say, and cheese you don't can be give if you go follow man.
Hold on. Waiting at the
Yeah.
age again where you just mentioned when the
It can
small
be
bondo
from
they take.
infant. It can be from infant. It depends who side you come out, the society where you belong, or your mama belong, or your community where you come out. Because over time, the demands and the requirements of the secret society don't change. Until now about money and power, because now the politics now really now the driver where they drive this secret society. The more picking and they cut because we politicians they now don't find out say then they get occultic powers from this mysticism. I go count to that side. But let's talk about the types then because I don't want scared people. There are four types. And amongst these four types, there are different types. And by the way, I just want to put another state before I go further. And then they ever did a platform where somebody they talk say in they support FGM. Never. Because for me, they rape me in a Bondo bush. So another day now a platform where I dey talk with me rapists. Never would I do that. Just like when person say they force me for married, you go talk to me, you talk to the man where you force me for married at the same time. Because for me, FGM na sexual abuse. I was actually physically insulted. Two women and finger me in a Bondo bush. I not ever tell me parents that the second time I don't talk that. So there are four types. Type one I don't mention. So type two, when are this lapa, the two lapa there, it depends who say come on. If na so say come on, then just you go cut pantap the two lapa there, just you cut the lapa middle. Then say no, where you ready, where you don't big small, they can't do the big one where they pull all the lapa now. You don't need for left with nothing. So usually some women then can just left with what we call the vagina, the urethra. We say they piece the vagina for the sexual intercourse, but all the other parts are gone. Because them believe say we they clean and fair, and it depend who that they do am. Because the woman the way they do then get different tools the way then they use when they do them here. And don't forget, we know the fact when you touch blood, it is sleepo. Blood they sleep.
Yeah.
No matter no matter how expert you dey for touch body, just try for cut beef. You dey see almost say the beef, we body get oil, we dey sweat. Boku people the way they fat, where you dey in shock, your body they produce liquid the way you know one day see na you lie. All kinds thing they happen. So that na type two. Type three, with the be feel say we know they practice na salon. But because of this cross border, we get all kind nationality in a salon. We come out different parts of Africa. Yes, when they say Somali, this is how again another way where FGM enter Africa now through the Arabian slave trade. FGM na the oldest form of oppression. A day before the Bible in Christianity, a day before Islam is in the Quran. So we get the Arabian kind of practice when a day we get what in called the type three when a infibulation. It depends who say you come. If you come from a very Islamic driven country or community, then you call it the pharaonic
Alima,
type.
Alima, can I help you in that type 3? Sorry
Yeah.
for cutting. Type 3 is commonly among some part of the Madingas and the Fullers. Why? The type 3, then they close them, then they left small parts because they not want them picking them for tamper with man before they marry. because among the Fullers, the Madingas, now they get child married. So with that, what they don't show am, the day when they get the yawo go, then they make like then they thief the yawo for go see if you are virgin. So if self you don't do anything, that side they wouldn't close. Now that day they demand they try for open that place. If you not able to open them, then they go with old woman because it's my tribe. I'm a Madinga. Then they go with an old woman. The old woman they help for pull that thread, so then go monitor go hearing out in the dance. So nyalemo to my heritage. Now for that then they do that type three. The Madingas and the Fullers and the Maracas. And then they do that
So
in a
hold on.
saloon.
So basically, because I remember, I guess some Fuller and Madinga Paddy them. They can always
Yeah.
say then they look for blood. So that blood is basically really not the blood. It is subject to torture. Now torture na can happen.
So well, this is what they happen. So like
So
where
how
how I
soon then they
say,
do them? How soon then they do them? Like when they caught you, when they caught you, they know they clean that dead blood. Then the left hand say he sleep, blood, human blood or any blood.
coagulate, the blood they coagulate,
Yeah,
yes.
Yes,
they quadrilate.
yes,
Yes.
yeah. So then the left that side, the leg is seal. If they're not able to seal them, the cutter is the stitch them. So for that
Isn't that
side, the wood side,
infection like that? That is a recipe for infection. Lifelong
Well,
na
this
im
is
infection.
it.
make na im make
Yeah.
boku pikin dem dey die na their hand. Some pikin dem get some pikin dem wey na hemophilia, some dem sickle cell, then they die na bondo bush na their hand. Wey die, dem say e get yai. Then go arrange behind the bondo bush, bury you. So you family now don't seal them all, dem can't say nothing. E happen, we get one lady wey open alimada not in my name. Na hemophilia a patient be. Well, I think she was 17 years,
19.
Alima,
She was
19.
19.
Yeah.
So yes, again, I mean, we're being very graphic here, but important for let we express exactly what we mean. Not that we want to scare with people them, but this is the danger that the average Sierra Leone child, girl, picky, and woman in the face. So like we how I say with the type 3, because we get this intermarriage and cultures, we don't come into the Sierra Leonean culture and tradition. So for example, type 3 is present. Yes, will not be nobody in Tia, but in day, because for decades, consecutive government, they refuse any form of, since the days of Kosu Thomas, Dr. Kosu Thomas, the government of Sierra Leone, with the exclusion of Tijan Kaba, because that was the time of the civil war. Kosu Thomas came so close for stop FGM na Salone, but sadly, from the government of Joseph Momo, Anes Koroma, and present government of President Madabio, they refuse for letting carry out what I would call a comprehensive survey research. And in any time where they want to even mention the impact of FGM, there is a concerted effort for silent the information. So type 3, like where how I say, we not be no say type 3 being present in Sierra Leone, but now where we they talk to woman, they even here in the UK, because since 2014, every woman they come into contact with the British medical doctor, nurse will be examined. So now we know say actually Sierra Leone they practice type 3, because at the time they be facing are just Egyptian, Somali there, Eritrean,
Ethiopia.
Ethiopian, and they practice and what we do, or Sudanese and they practice and what we do. Then type 4, where you mentioned slightly, we serve the practice. We not a pool, but we they do thing the way, especially the one that we want go the hierarchy of the secret society. We they do waiting type 4 include when a stretching, pulling. we they use corrosive, when I say corrosive, I don't know, you remember what will be small, where you get heat, then they go take heat, Amex powder or heat powder, they rub and they will get that medicated powder. Or they go use ashes, they go use for, yes, especially when you want to go further into this, there are things that will be done. So this is part of the facts of these are facts, these are what is done as part of the
So
procedure.
basically,
Yeah.
so basically, this thing we don't they go around for because for decades now I don't they say Sierra Leone only they practice the first two type.
No, no.
So
We they
again,
cut
that's four. They
we they
practice
cut
all
more.
four types.
Yeah, in fact, we in the type of FGM, in which is why the global community are so and so on Sierra Leone's neck. The reason being, unlike all the other countries, the way they only sometimes maybe caught like Somalia one time, we they caught more than once. Bokusalo umane, if they hold their hand at their heart, they are bold enough for speak out. Then go tell you say, me I don't go Bondo 2 term. In fact, where you die because you belong to the member of the secret society, usually not the society people, then they wash you dead body. Because we
I
have
don't
this
hear
fear.
that.
Yes, and part of the occultic side, because there are four different sides of the Bondo Society. Often where we they talk campaigner, they will just say FGM, FGM. No, it's not just the FGM. We just want for end the what we call the bloody side where they cause harm, medical fact harm, complication to the well-being and the health of women. But if we want for go further, like me so as a sociologist, if I want for even go further, every procedure within they do na the secret society goes against every I don't even know how to describe it. It's not something we should hold on to. These practices are long they call them social norms. These are social norms that were put in place because, again, using the religion for subjugate women and for obey the order of the power order structures. Then go say it in the Quran. FGM not in the Quran. Then go say it's a Christian. It's not in the Christian in religion. No other religion they practice female genital cutting. Meaning they use circumcision because again, this is the confusion that a lot of societies, communities that way they do. Because for silent deposit where they ask the question, they no say you not go challenge man for ask them why, then they do cutting. We need a peel for skin. No woman on earth where Sabi get foreskin. God has not created a human being there. We get foreskin like where they peel banana. We not get them. Now that make for some people there, the part of the body where then they remove is so much in terms of the heaviness and the importance where it gets is almost an entire almost the entire where you cut the top of the clitoris and it is actually entire organ. The labia an entire organ on its own. The labia majora is an entire organ where you take like some countries like Somalia, we know say the Somali and the Maraka then get a similar structure where it can per FGM. That is and they use waiting we call we not get that tree in a salon, but yes, thinking still if I think he use even fisherman net, the rope for so if they get them, then they use them. Because the same we say a fisherman then can even call fisherman for go. Then go say fen we the cutter bone, nine at the needle. They're the very crude methods the way then they use. If we just go with the methods there alone, we they ask ourselves, how has a woman born, a girl child born in Sierra Leone not diet? Because some of them practice it, and that make politician and the user because they also believe that and they gain mystical powers because for let you win election as Salone, unlike other parts of the world, you need thousands of votes. But a Salone politician can win election based on 20 votes. No more than in village, you don't win election. If you don't pay 20 woman there, you pay at this village 20, put 40 picking them for me. If you take the two mama, they let them go vote. Go yonder. The chief self go because the chief they benefit from FGM. The politicians then now we communities they benefit. The only people that don't benefit from this pain are the parents there and the children there. But most of we political leaders, which was why for me I grown at Kenema. For them I want to talk directly to the people of Kenema because some of we not to picking again. where the war been begin at na Salone. We been there Kenema will be the see so the beginning of waiting will be the see with the rebel, and they all be the dress in secret society clothing, like the Ronco. We be the read then Pujaon, then Zimi, then Kailaon, until me they come up like Dongbo Wusu be the come. But Kenema was one of the most prosperous city at the time. The province of Eastern Kenema was one of the most prosperous, even more prosperous than Freetown. Light been there 24/7, factories then be the work, diamond dealing be they go really well. So the people them been very progressive, very highly educated. You go na Kenema, you go feel say you don't reach na any other city na Africa. So the chief at the time, just after the Ebola, where people them in the die, this Kendo been come out, where then they go and beat people them. Then they go and terrorize people then because anytime where they want to come out, then they come first, then they give warning. If we catch you now, just like what we see, there are videos now we see of a young Titi even a street. You even see Biena a Bele woman. They go and threaten people there. I wonder to myself, 2015, the late Chief Alhaji Amara Vangau, when I be the paramount chief, the mayor at the time, Nakenema, and I believe there was a post even from Sylvia Blyden. I shared that post in on my page because na Ingo, the president, and his Nkrumah, the former president, Senate, because there be no say this thing if that be the same way Double Wusu be threatening people there. So Chief Amara and FGM, because it came after the Ebola, we just don't come out through the civil war. And for people that will not be know, Kenema was hard hit. The rebel and then Kenema for a very long time. Rape, amputation, vicious violence go on at that city there. So the Kendo was bad. Chief Amara said, these people, they're not going to cry again for car. We don't suffer enough as a province. We don't want to suffer
Right.
again. And they get, in fact, they not only pass the law, then go fair where they be the call. I think it's something Kaisamba, Aja Kaisamba, when I then be the use like a prominent face like community. Now where been getting very good position at this now the society. Then say, no, we go ban them. So then ban them, then they not only ban them, then denounce and say, we don't ever want something like this now with community. Because number one, unlike other countries than Kenema, as much as they be get Badingo fuller there, they will be strong Christian. Like you myself are vexed as a Christian because it's an insult. The most holy day for we na Pentecost. Because na the first day down there na the Bible where church gather. The Pentecost represent the first gathering what we know today as church, where people then come together, where Jesus Christ ascended into heaven. Then say, hey, we leader, we faith leader don't go. How we go continue for operate? How we go preach and talk about God where we want for serve? 90 people they come together then formate this what we call today Pentecost. For less some people they not hold Pentecost. It's an insult. Imagine me going to Freetown Afrobe. I go stop the Madinga Mosque from performing. It's an abomination to the people of the community because Madingo Church Mosque don't na Afrobe for as long as Salone don't exist. Let's use that word there. We are a country we don't say for most of we history we say we dey practice religion harmoniously. For then a secret society that has no basis in we structure, we political or otherwise with societal structure, for demand for let the ordinary citizens stay indoors. For me, I feel the borders of respect as a Sierra Leonean don't done. I have no respect for the political structures of that place because you don't offend the Tiwa Holy Ghost there when a God. Forget FGMO. For me, God na me ultimate power, not to human beings. So for let a group of women there, where we, because I see and like I say, it's not just you don't disrespect activists then like a we, because I not ever offend this lady in campaign, hands of our girls. I've never felt or disagree with the opinion and imposition where in the campaign for end child marriage. I actually support and I believe say this is something Sierra Leone need because for let you see that Salone where if you don't reach a stage now, the people that way they die during childbirth, not a 40, 50-year-old woman them more. Now 14, 15, 16-year-old picking them. Then on top of that, majority of we girl picking and woman them are victims of rape. Where you see we government pass a state of emergency for let we address the issue of rape because so many women were raped. Imagine, pull the war. How many of we don't rape where they rape during the war now? Where they amputate and mutilate and then chop with hands, they chop with legs them. Then we they can't use a belief. And for me, the first lady, the president of Sierra Leone, they go around and they talk, say, we they oppose violence against women and girls. The essence of the hands of our girls for say, we na an institution where they oppose all forms of violence against women and girls. But yet the very violent that are subjected women then of Sierra Leone to the what are called the most extreme because not just then they cut you. Hey, Bondo, where you go, then they beat you, then they shame you because where you look for them picking and where then they put parade, then they almost do what are called pedophilia because now adults then they touch picking them, girl picking them, small picking them, then they expose you to further abuse because then the population they see you where we they talk of consent and privacy and respect for human dignity and we honor and respect where we get as a Sierra Leoneans. The essence of we one of the number one culture with Sierra Leonean again, now human dignity. Where you see now that make you see Team Nima with the putu where we they greet you. Why? Because we they show you say we the humble we serve. I don't know for other ethnic groups them, but we the Timini, the reason why we the bow we head is for say we really they give you adoration. We really they give you respect for who you are as a person. So for let we they see constantly in this aggression where we they see from the government towards activists like we. The other day I see a statement from a member of parliament. I'm even tempted for mentioning him because the government of the UK and America actually want for
Well, it's not
question
a
this.
matter of. Let me just say it's yeah. Now, so we not get when we see right, we say right. When we see wrong, we say wrong. It's not a matter of who the person is, their status. If you are wrong, you are wrong. I'm not afraid for
Well,
call nobody name. From the
we they go
president
with the
to the
law.
chief minister to the first lady to everybody,
No.
if
Well,
you are in that boat, you are going to be called. Because if
some
people
of
they
we,
don't know who these people
yeah.
are, because
Alima,
Well,
remember,
then they
say we
Alima,
get a population
yes, ma'am.
where the majority they're not they read and write.
Mm-hmm.
So for me,
Matilda,
the biggest service I can do to them is let you know exactly who you are dancing with.
Well, it's
Matilda.
the hypocrisy. For
Yes,
me,
ma'am.
how I just finished this point here. What I just
Yes.
finished this point. For me, is the hypocrisy because here we are. Then people are the most powerful people in our country. Myself and Hawa and other activists they don't actually write to the chief minister, and are hoping for get a response from the chief minister because then they say one thing is what I call an oxymoron. An oxymoron, like you they say one thing, you mean another. Then they go and talk, and it seems as if every time we they talk about NFGM, I they feel like I say, then they treat we like now we are the bad people there, like now we they commit crime. But all we are doing, we are holding with politicians, especially with politicians there. I can't say for certain, I can't put my hand on it and say, one of the reasons where Anes Kuruma lost his election and in power and in respect, now the global platform, the only place maybe Nigeria get respect, he banned pregnant school children. And we as activists, we go to her, we say, do you know how them pikia get belle? And I'm not going to ever forget where a politician, a woman, for see Salone where we don't cancel fan a woman and they put we back for keep men in power. And this is where I call the drivers of patriarchy. For let a woman go on national television and blame pregnant children, even though we know say during the Ebola, for bucket of water, for a bag of rice, we gal picking they were subjected to sexual abuse in exchange for
Yeah.
the tear. That's how they
Yes.
got pregnant. Nobody not ask say, let we come after the people that we impregnate with Pikine. Instead, this politician woman, where it go on national TV, it give the impression, like I say, the pregnant Pikine them in spread disease. Like say belle na bacteria where they spread. And then ban
Yeah.
and even when they say then Pikine then get a fundamental right for going to school, is still banned. And it challenged the West for saying, they lift the ban because the Pekin will confuse other Pekin there. Rightly so, where this
Yeah.
government come into
So,
power, they lift that ban. And at the same thing they happen, and they just feel like I said, this particular government of Mother Bio, I mean, he banned me on Twitter for challenging him on Twitter. I just feel like I said there is a concerted effort within the one for used FGM as a cultural belief for really threaten the power of activism, and we are prepared. I am prepared for go to the highest level of any kind of justice because a threat of a threat to justice yeah, a threat to justice is a threat to injustice. Sorry, a threat,
just
a threat of injustice is a threat to justice everywhere. Because
yes.
how come for over 10 years, because a double year President Madabio they bring so we the campaigner then look like last week they said that they do child marriage. Child marriage is being banned in Sierra Leone. I don't know how they come up with this new law where they look at. But FGM, everybody just a big side, then they give you like lip service, side eye, like you know, we they talk bad, make like how ask Howard. And then when then they use this to say, oh, they don't pay una wait, man, they don't pay una. Me na African and I'm proud for be African. 2004 now African women then get together. You know, end FGM, the zero tolerance day, where then they mark globally. Now, first lady there, initiative than the first ladies of Africa.
Yeah.
Now they come together
Indeed.
and say we want to put a stop to this issue. Let we respect this issue. Once for the amount of years we don't they call on the president and the first lady for giving. I mean, I even questioned the president once in one of the a community programs that way Umar Fofana and I don't know what the organization was where they hosted. They laughed at me. They were laughing as if this was a joke. If na man them, they cut them balls them. I have to use this word in a national platform like this. If na them
No,
balls
that's
them, they
fine.
cut them. Will they be saying it is a laughing joke? We're not laughing. We're serious. FGM has to
No.
stop in Sierra Leone because the way where
Yeah.
they go so now, you know, like you said, Matilda, 85% of women will not get Boku again. Oh. And with everything that's happening in Sierra Leone right now, our girls are being exploited in the places of Dubai, Qatar, for Kadama there. Then we get this rape culture, where endemic, even though we don't get the emergency, there is still rape and rape
Oh,
of children. Then people the way they
Yes.
take kush, if you say then they inside and they carry the outlet, we still they get this violation. Where I say violation, constant sexual harassment. Few days ago, they beat lawyer in a police station just because they want for go to police station. Women have for any woman where they support FGM na Salone. Now, because they get a political aspiration and then they benefit from the pain of other women there. Not to make Fatima Biogo na Kenema. And I'm really angry at the people of Kenema because they don't suffer
I
so
want make you
much.
hold your thought. I want make you hold your
Yes, ma'am.
thoughts because whenever I get a caller, I was afraid that there will be no calls today because
And
of
they
the
take on
subject
because
matter
we really
where
want to
we
talk
they
about
deal
this.
with. Just because of the sensitivity, I know me audience them. I know three key things then why they talk about. Calls them for make it can through, it takes time because people are going through their own emotions. And for make them rev up to that point, it can take time. So I want to take the call. I don't know that are the caller. But caller waiting are your name and also you the call from.
Uh, Not really the TV. This is Kaitefa, the call from Maryland, USA.
Okay,
You know, I
please
don't
go
listen
ahead.
to that. I don't listen to now. You guys have put out a whole lot of misinformation. You know, and look, then two women them wasted and caught them thing. Now American I will brand as grifters. They're grifted. This notion, like, wait, this lady on the left with the wig, is
Hold
it
on, hold on,
impressive?
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
Uh-huh.
caller.
All
Because
right,
of
hold
the
on.
subject, no, please hold on for me. Because of the subject matter why
Okay.
they talk about, I they ask you right now,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever gone to the Bondo Society?
No, but I'm a member of the Poro Society. They're similar.
No, okay.
I get
So
to
the
our
day
like
I
this.
talk about, no, hold on. The day I decide to talk about the Power Society and there is a man here to tell me what goes on in the Power Society, then you own the absolute right to call in and
No,
question what
Matilda, we
that
can take
man
it.
is
We can
saying.
take in question. No, we can take in
Go on.
question. prepared to take
I'm
his
not taking
question.
question, but hold on. I'm not for say I dey cut am off, but
Okay.
the one thing I want caution and for say is that the one thing where I not go allow you for say is for dismiss their experience. Now go ahead.
Oh, it can't because it's not that the kind of. I'm not. We're not a, for it for we don't already pass that stage. No amount of name calling go reduce with
Yeah,
voice.
but you see,
So
it is not about you, Madam Alima. It's not about you. It's about a young girl watching me right now
well,
somewhere
this
in the
is what they
world.
do. Generally, most times Sierra Leonean men will want to do that because they benefit from the power. So I want to listen to this brother with the question we get for us. They tell me whether he's educated enough, whether he knows the woman anatomy enough, whether he's a smart man himself in terms of humanity and awareness of the pain and suffering of women. So I'm prepared to listen to him. We have to hear men because at the end of the
No,
day, men have.
we
I want for
definitely
area.
hear
And
for
see, say
your
na Maryland. Me self na Maryland are they,
yeah.
so I come on England, but are they
We
Maryland? I want for hearing question.
we definitely
Yes,
I go
go
definitely
ahead.
allow man them for talk. But when I they allow
Yes,
them for talk, I also get for caution them in how then they talk.
yes,
Because for
because
me,
at the
there
end
is
of
a
the
young
na,
girl watching this program, and
yeah,
in
the
no
man
way
and
or
they gain from
circumstance
all
will
of
I
this.
allow. Will
Yes,
I allow
because
a young girl watching this program for feel
yes,
otherwise? I not go do that
Yes,
day.
yes,
I go
no,
take the
yes,
call. Caller,
Matilda,
who
yes.
that? Yes, ma'am.
Matilda,
Say your
allow
name
her
and
leg talk.
wait. Yes, we
No, we
prepare
don't
Yes.
lost
because
the caller. I don't know
Who
the caller
prepare
where I go
because
take.
we are prepared.
Matilda, who prepare will not fear no soul.
No,
Will
no,
not
because
will they
man and
all
the
over the
benefit.
world will not fear
Probably
no
he's
soul.
part of the people that when they
Even
call girl picking
president, if the president can our platform, will they answer
we dey tell am the same
according to.
thing.
So go
I
ahead.
will take the call.
Let me
I
take
will take
you.
the call. Caller waiting on your name
Yeah,
to
So
go
tell
introduce
ahead.
that
yourself.
woman them, but
Allow
not
her
the
to talk
wire.
already.
Now, me will this for talk. Let me call back because I see you stop. Even when
Yes,
they
caller.
listen,
Now,
they allow
yes,
me to
I'll
talk.
listen to what you have to say. Go ahead.
All right, I will start back with Usabindi. As far as me concerned, then two people that they agree start. And this is pathetic. The lady with the wig is say we begin in conversation. It gives impression to the listeners like Bondo Society starts with Madam Yuko. And that impression they give people. Madam Yuko may train young girls for serve as prostitutes to the British Army, which is completely false. Madam Yoko born 1847 or 1849. I think he lived 56 or 57 years. I'm not able to tell right now because, I know. But around 10 and they born. Before that 10 and they, Bondo Society don't they. Now the whole sub-region. And this notion says Bondo was transmitted. The idea of joining Bondo Society, it comes from the Arab. So I don't get no Arabian influence on culture ever. They full like the Nigerian and Common come. The original people in Sierra Leone, they know the practice Bondo Society for a long time. Let me ask you now two ways. Then two guests and say them cut them. You would they not cut you. What is the difference psychologically between the two? They lost any part of them 5 senses. Look, Bondo, I understand that they get their disadvantages. Like when you use the same blade for multiple people, there's a high risk of infection. But for toxic people like you, they train them purposefully for serve as prostitute, for serve the British Army. That is not true. Madam Yoko was not even a chief. Now we get the British get war with the people on the upline, and Madam Yoko side with them. So for reward them, now they make a chief of the bow. Yeah, I think a GBO, I think they call it a many area. She did not come from any. If you ask anybody who come on Moyamba, ask anybody who come on Moyamba. She was rewarded because of her loyalty to the British when they contributed to set the British rule. You can go find that one. I do that not even primary school. I done a secondary school in history. So it's a fact. You understand? The fact that you say like a contradictory self. The lady with they say Boko no, the lady on the right with the glasses. Say prostitution Boko na Sierra Leone. If you go now on our PC, then for 10 years, and if they perform FGM per year, I think the sexual urge, they diminish a little bit. That is the story. 90 people in there against and literally deprived of their pleasure in later life. And when I tell you, what is the death rate of people who don't go Bondo? Because I'm in my 50s, mid 50s. I jumped around around 8 years. I did it for 5 months.
Okay. Let's stop you right there. Let's stop you right there. You know, 2 months ago, you know how many people then die na Cambia district? You know how many people then die na Cambia district? Hold on. Now FGM. Well, you don't know you don't know his subject. You don't know his subject.
Madam Awa, wait.
No. They were they make FGM no they don't understand. Now then they make FGM. Go and do your research properly.
What's the difference between you and
Go and do your research properly. Go and do your research properly. 2 months ago, Kailau, 12 years of age, 5 man they rape him. 5 man they rape I die. Let this caller go, yeah. I think it gets small issue.
I'm happy to take in question. I know getting name by the way, and thank you for.
You don't need to getting name. Just address the subject because he made a lot of assertion in statement.
He went from.
First of all, he talked about the fact, and this is the thing that I want to make una address, right?
Yes.
He talked about the fact that a court woman and a non-court woman. Waiting at the difference, other than loss of sensation. It talks about the fact that the fact that you assert that prostitution elevates during. I mean, we know the numbers. I'm not going to answer the question here because if I answer, I'm going to answer in the Matilda way. So I'll let you answer it.
I will, and I'll do my very best. In fact, he asked a question and he answered in your question. I think I will, if I'm correct, when Matilda start the question, I think the first question is why a certain woman and they allowed these things to happen, right? None of us said Mami Yoko started FGM. We alluded to the statement of Mami Yoko, but like he rightly said, FGM, I think I say him, but they listen because he wants to hear what he wants to hear. I think if you hear me clearly, I say FGM predates Islam, it predates Christianity. It's the oldest form of oppression. I even mentioned FGM was practiced during slavery. I mentioned Sarah Batman, if you go to Coupe, but he wasn't listening. This is the problem we have generally of our Sierra Leonean men. Okay, here we are talking about the pain and suffering of women. And in they go and try for say this and that, being defensive. You know, sometimes oppression fights back. People that stand to gain from the pain of others, you know, anytime we see pedophiles, you see killers, they will always give an excuse for blame the victims. Because at the end of the day, women never have this opportunity for express themselves. It mentioned the fact how I allude, say, sexual abuse and prostitution and all these other harms that we get. Most times we know facts we don't see over and over again. They show, say, women that we don't go through some form of sexual abuse, FGM is deemed as sexual abuse, have also turned to sexual prostitution because they've been exploited. You know, so that reference, they sometimes where we talk, I think sometimes when we talk, we sort of go too deep with the Creole. Me, I like for talk with academic kind of language. And this brother say he learn about Mami Yoko. We not tasting a Mami Yoko. As Salone say na Mami Yoko bring FGM. You asked me and I use an example of Mami Yoko in terms of power structures and how she began in the South. Because again, Salone began as South, right? He mentioned Tini and the Hadla. Sierra Leone did not start in the South. I say the Arabian, Sierra Leone has had a history of migration, people then they move and in. Where you think say Fulas come from, the Fulanese, where do you think they originate from? If you look the travel route of Fulanese, where do you think they come from? And which people that you think were influenced by Arabs? Again, you don't know. You know, we have the biggest population of religion when Islam in Sierra Leone. How did Islam come into Sierra Leone? I mean, I don't like for talk with people that we're stupid. Honestly, I like for talk with people that we're really smart because you get for step aside from your general perspective of what is being said. Read and understand waiting the people then they say he asked us a very again for be a man will probably not get a wife or a daughter. Why you want for ask how woman then they have I asked him If they sexually perform him and another man, we have a man in the audience, but I not compare in sexual prowess with another man. But he's so bold and brazen for us how your performance as a woman who's not caught and me as a woman who is, I will be dumb and daft for express and tell them how you they feel and how me they feel. How dare he? It just get for listen. But this is a problem we have. This kind of attitude with this man display, this is the typical attitude from the top right to the bottom that
Yes.
our Sierra Leone have. Angels can't demonstrate them in the most crudest or most unreformed, unrefined way. Because that's not what we are trying to say. We did talk about abuse. The way they talk self, like say we did talk about bad. This is harm, is a healthy organ that is being removed from the body for no reason, culture or otherwise. It serves no purpose. But in they defend rapists. So, we can say when they do really well because we they defend the most violent act happening to women in the name of society. You go, Poro, that's you. You know why you go. I mean, I don't even want to care because it's not about you. Me, they talk about women there and the suffering of women there because he has gained from the suffering of women. Because at the end of the day, the people that we sit at the echelon or the top of hierarchy where we they talk about patriarchy and misogyny are usually men. All their umaya with the secret society, then they go up, then they go Konani to the powers of man. Every secret society
Yes.
from Poro to Hunting to Oje to Soko and these the powers then that operate in terms of hierarchy are men. The women are just on the bottom pile.
That's
We do the Maslow pyramid of hierarchy. The people that really can't bet the crumbs are the people that are really are the rats. I want to talk to the cat who is on the top. So honestly, my brother, I'm disappointed at your question, but it's a good question. But I just feel that the tone and the language where you use, you may not be happy with what we talk about, and it's not about you. I have my experience, and I'm proud to say my experience was horrible. I know they fear nobody. If you don't accept what they say, fine. But honestly, FGM will end in ceremony, whether you like it or not. It will take away 100 years. Maybe I'll be dead and buried and gone, but then go back and my grave say this was an activist on end FGM. Because this pain and this power grip on the girl child in a salon, not to nothing, because we people that don't have nothing. There's no vision in our leaders. There's no inspiration from our leaders. They offer us nothing. And then they can't say, they fight for something. Maybe in turn, the government will build schools. Let we turn something for educate with Pikine. Maybe they can't develop the road system that people, especially the one they come out of the poorer region there. If you go ask, there is no electricity in these areas, no clean drinking water. They're more likely for die from diseases where are very preventable. But they can't argue for that. They can't argue with me where they try for argue for bring something we get for better you generation than for come. Because at the end of the day, nobody succeed in violence. Violence begot violence. Hurt people. You are so happy to see the of hurting other people because you benefit from the watching blood they spill for our ground where they make you so content for on a national platform like Facebook and for can't challenge woman the way don't spend 30 years they talk about this thing. Go back and I hope your conscience will hold you. And in Maryland you did in the United States in 2018, myself, Hawa Serian, we came to the United States State House and Donald Trump with the immigration and FBI. We signed a mandate. Fathers like this need to be questioned by law because if he's that comfortable, these things are okay for our daughters, then this is a risk that many girls which is why in America, these 3 states, Maryland, Philadelphia, and Delaware, and up to Washington, and all this, close to 1 million girls from Africa, the Middle East, and Far East have been subjected to FGM. They're more likely, which is why they die from things like childbirth. Women are more likely, 5 times more likely to suffer from complications. Now in United States here, when they go born in New York, you go see women the way they come on at the FGM practicing community and see how they are struggling to give birth. How dare you? They
the
challenge
thing is that The thing is that I glad the way say a day, it go the power society. Me not know waiting they happen at the power
Well,
society. But
where it grow
please,
VJJ, where it grow
if
VJJ, like he can't see me.
no,
Because
it
he
is
hasn't
okay
no
because I'm
VJJ.
about to throw them a challenge. I don't know what thing they happen at the Power Society. But if inside the Power Society, where una they go na the Power Society, una we don't go, and una we they knock chest say una go Power Society, una need for go again. Because right now I they ask the alagba them inside the society. If they not cut one of una balls them, then una not go to the society. One
Matilda,
of
in
one of the initiation for means say you should hack one of your balls off. When you hack one of your balls off, you private part off, then maybe you go feel an earth amount of the pain where the woman they also have been subjected to all of their life. So because you get all your organs them intact, obviously you don't know what it is to be walking around and doing life without your organs intact. But I don't even want for dwell in your own place. I want to
But
go to
I
Antiawas.
just want to highlight something, Matilda. In 2019, some Bobo then died from this porous society. You know how quick the government banned FGM within weeks? Then banned secret society. Because
Secret
one Bobo
society.
died. One Bobo died. Let us see. Who said this? My brother been they no question man them when a woman they can't question. Come on now. We're not to the kind of woman, then they maybe the other salon woman they deal with question. You know, we don't take because for me, it's not much so much about him as a person, but it's the perception and the narrative a man like him gives to other men makes it. It is say it's okay for let we woman and suffer. It's
Yeah.
okay for let we consistent pain and sustained torture of our women and girls. It's okay, and they hide behind a tradition. Why self ego the tradition? What purpose was it for? I don't understand. Waiting and stand for gain. And for me, these are weak men. These are why the country like Sierra Leone don't prosper because we have very
Yeah.
weak leadership, weak men that don't they see beyond their testicles and they see beyond their balls. They see beyond where the women's private areas are. We don't want that. We refuse for let we body become a testing ground for the masculinity. We are not that kind of women. We
Exactly.
don't pass that stage.
Exactly. Yeah. Antiawa,
Yep.
the statistics then say the statistics is out there, the numbers are out there. 230 million girls have gone through FGM. 4.3 million girls are at risk of going through FGM across. These are global numbers. In sub-Saharan Africa, 70%, right? In the continent itself, 70%, right? And in sub-Saharan Africa alone, we happen for day, 35% of girls go through FGM. Now, when we bring and can right down to we on no soul, 9 out of 10 girls in Sierra Leone go through FGM, making it 88% of caught girls in Sierra Leone. We get the Gawa policy. We get the early child marriage policy that's been existing. We get waiting the Omamika with we say hands off our girls. All of these not make a dent. We know for say we sign on to the Maputo protocol as well. But all of this so far, policy have not make a dent. Because why? We know for say when it comes to the Bondo Society, when it comes to the cutting, right? When it comes to that practice of cutting, it's a sociological and psychological thing. So we have not, and hold on, caller. I want to ask the question until I go think about the question, and then I will come back to the caller. It's a sociological and psychological thing. So for me, in as much as yes, the policy should exist, I think the main fight has to be within the social structures. That is where the battle is. What can we do? Not that things have not been done before, but waiting more we need for do for really go into the psychological and sociological, because that's where the battle is. That's where the battle rests. I go to me caller and then I can make you answer this question. Caller, waiting on your name and no say you call from.
Yeah, I wanna do. Wanna thank you, Mama. Let God bless you now.
God bless you too.
Yeah, I dey call from America, the Columbus. I dey follow the discussion. And first and foremost, I not okay the way wanna answer reply that man. Actually, this na very sensible discussion wanna they do. Na the man opinion what you feel, and maybe you need for no more na sensitize we more. We would talk to me na married man. Me wife e go society. Me pikin go society. Me mama go society. And great people. I don't deal with people we no go society. I don't ask them the difference, how they feel, how you look like, how if this because something the thought we get before Uma we no go Bondo. It the like man past the wa we go Bondo. It proved me wrong. It tell me plain no, in not to that and not to that. In just be a normal person. It do man be the way he feel for do man be or man be near. He know the urge for man. He wait for go Bondo. He no get one probably give bath and everything up to that night. We don't the go now. So what in this thing waiting they fight against this FGM we wanna they try to do? We need to understand, we demand it. And me who I understand, and other people who understand this more. If we anything we advantageous to we picking and get other picking we will benefit from this tier, we all will come together and push and make it go before. We first lady in that country, it be there against this. Recently, we see it be part and parcel of this society, this thing where one they try for penetrate against. So we want to know, me, I want to know more. This is not my question.
Okay, so caller, I go answer you first. Please, just give me a second. I go answer the caller first, and then I go left hand Tona. That's fine. Thank you, caller, for calling. So, first of all, you notice say the caller come again, and you notice say the tone with which he came with the second time, even though he asking question was much different than the tone with which he came with the first time. This na me show. I decide the pace and the tone. I know they stop nobody for say waiting they want for say. Me na one person, unless you dey rain direct insult on somebody, I know they stop you for say what you want for say. But the one thing I will never accept sitting here is disrespect. And disrespect not by waiting no more you say, now about how you say them as well. When the caller called the first time, it came with a tone of disrespect. It came with a very dismissive tone. And if anybody don't they watch me why I don't sit down I also for over the last 6-7 years, you know that is something I do not tolerate in one speck of a second. They correct you right there and then. And if you notice, I tell and say, I don't mind for make you ask a question, but you're going to ask it in a way that does not disrespect or dismiss the experiences of these women. Just like you don't call now. You say you mama, you granny, you wife, and you pikin and go bondo. Waiting at this thing so we make the cutting for stop. Let me say congratulations to your wife that in your opinion she has yet to experience anything. It is a good thing because trust me, for those who have experienced and continue to experience, you know, the rosiness is not the same. boku bad thing and day. We know they say the Bondo society as a whole. We are saying the cutting, that cutting part to the body. Now that make I just ask this mania so una go power society. Allow make them go hack you balls, one of you balls, and tell me how you feel after that. Because that is the closest thing I can bring to what these women are experiencing. And trust me, I don't tell them, say I am fully dedicated to give them the platform anytime they want. Make them can sit down and explain. Because the explanation is important. For me target not to the woman them. Because some woman when you don't go through trauma, you they become immune to the trauma and you they become how they call it, numb to the trauma. So sometimes that trauma they know they allow you for escape out of your reality of pain. Even though then they go through the pain, they not go one for talk calm. Because seeing and experiencing and explaining that, not only then they re-traumatize themselves again, but also then they feel safe, then they bring subject themselves to being a lesser human being or a person of lesser strength. So now that makes on 10 day, then they decide for whole lengthening and they to themselves. When my intention of doing this show, trust me, the girl child, the fathers are my target. The girl child and the fathers are my target. The paramount chief, the male. The parliamentarians, the male. The politicians, male. Because if I get a hold of those people, trust me, I know things will change. But because the power of the women are not willed to them. The women's power, they demand them hold am. So if the one way they will the power to them, I get their attention, I know things will change. So I go left the woman there, ask Auntie Kadi a question. Maybe also in answering that question, he go respond to you. So viewers, I know for say, I've been wait for hot political debate na so today. But let me shock your system. They show na Salone issues. This is part of Salone issues. Until I see a change, I no go rest. Anytime they call me, say, Matilda, can you give us the platform? I will give them the platform. Because we need for sensitize, we need for educate. Like I say, this battle is not a policy battle. The policy will come at the end. It's a psychological and sociological battle. Make I left the floor to Una.
Thank you. Howard, you want to take it?
Well, what in I see, so we the Sierra Leoneans, now pulling down syndrome. But if somebody say not affecting mama, not affecting granny, not affecting pikin, it go affect in one or other ways. You see, most of Sierra Leoneans, we know they say thing what in the one away. Like we will come up, we'll get the free mouth, and we'll go talk until if he in me own time will not able done FGM, maybe other person go done FGM, but we go left a legacy. Some person they say that they give you big money and they work 24/11. So me not a first lady where they can't take money na defeat. Na defeat hand say they go done FGM. Then he talk against FGM. Or he go na European Parliament. He go take money, say they don't FGM. We own campaign, we not get Kobo, the one the way Sabi we na UK ya. We not get nothing. We they do one for the interest of the unborn child then. We not go want what we don't go through. If any other person they say, oh, in go through, you know, get nothing, you know this, you know this, you know that, you know. the person damn lie, they can challenge me. If he get pikin, the day where you dey born, you go suffer. Wey dey reach Sierra Leone, ADC bin dey pan born, e tape and labor 3, 4, 5 days. Oh, na witch dem witch am, and you don call somebody, is damn lie. Na the place dey seal. Which side the pikin dey comot, na im dey seal. Let any man or woman comot challenge me. If you don go, you don say, I dey born, pikin no comot 1, 2, 3 days. If you see which side the pikin dey comot, e don seal. That fledge wey dey, the one dem wey no go Bondo, as time reach for born, e dey open. Na passage wey see God put down there, na for purpose. If we dey vex for say let we stop that, we get other people dem wey dey pull down. Bless them. We dey go with this until we see wetin dey happen. Let's say for we wey comot na UK, the one dem wey go pull Kindu yanda, like me, I get them snap na me hand, I zoom am, I know most of them na nurses. Yeah, the law been don pass, we been don pass the law 2014. If Matilda, you know say this person dey carry him pikin go put Bondo, you give am $10. You na British citizen, na aiding and abetting. You dey go jail for that. So the one that always been there behind Fatima Bio, what then they dance na that Kindu. Me, how I this is say, I zoom all. I sabi most of them. Na ya them comot. So me, you, I know who I don't send their name. Lenkaya would they prosecute them. Now they would they start first. Me not go let them go free. Me, I not go let them go free at all. Because the day when they make that kindred, na Bondo them put labor 5 girls. What till they do that blood, na God one grain sabi for them. And na Shegbema, then get me at the call name, would I what is a flag commit, then call her Wiyata Songa. Now honorable. For meetup 2023 election, he put 80 Bondo, he funded that Bondo day, and I know na ya. I get down the day na me desk. If we not begin call the name, especially the one that will come on a UK, yeah. If we not begin call the name to authorities, then they can't make fine face here, where then go violate the law, then go begin court people picking them because of votes. The president, the so-called president, listen one of him in town hall interview where I don't know, but I watch him. We say what somebody write say when we go pass the law for Bondo. Now he answer say that
That was me. Howard, that was me. Let me ask you that question.
Okay. He said if the person want to commit political suicide.
Political suicide, yeah. I was at that
Yes.
town hall. It was Umaru Fofana that was the moderator, and
Yes.
it was Alima who asked the question.
That's
Yes.
right.
And
I wrote
see
it
that
in such a sympathetic way to a father of girls and somebody I know very well as a woman who's been through so much, to say, okay, you say any question. He was prepared. He was asking, and I've been open and sincere and generous with his response. But where he came to something that was so dear and so, I mean, his wife talks of child marriage in a way that's so passionate that it campaign all over the world. What makes her pain different to my pain is the question. The young man where we get, the man we asked the question. I want to ask that man the same question. Like, for example, let's put the cutting
Before
aside.
you ask that question,
Yes.
I want just, if the caller they listen to me, both callers then. So when I use the
Yes.
first lady as an example and in campaign. So how
Yes.
on the one hand internationally and talk about banning early and child forced marriage, you get
Yes.
subvention for it, then they get money for them thing and they will. But then when you come
Yeah.
to your country, you must the early and forced marriage, and then the one thing when I absolutely now one of the crystal catalysts where they encourage them thing and then you support them.
Well, because again,
And
this is where the political side of the FGM comes in. Like a husband say, if I go with just the respond to the husband to a personal question asked by a citizen of Sierra Leone. Can you imagine my president respond to say, for example, in they talk about rape, banning rape. I as an activist has fought for so many victims of rape of Sierra Leone, including Khadija, a 5-year-old girl. I took my personal time and effort and fought for the very agenda where it they raise. Some of the issues that where we they fight for, like that picky where they die, where instead mama beat him with a wooden stick. Some of us fought for the very agenda that he's fighting for. If today Fatima's hands of our girls, it is women like me, Hawa, Syrian, and others who are going to the United Nations. We they go to the UK government, the European. I once went to the European Human Rights Parliament for denounce the atrocities of the girls of Sierra Leone whose hands were amputated because I use my personal story. So for let us see, there is one bit of me that says these people. It's almost like I don't even know the English. I don't get Creole word, so I want for using ink. It's like they point a sharp knife to the hands of the people that really govern peace and tranquility and humanity in our country. And you almost are provoking us. I don't get to a point now. I always say this with me picking and my partner, they say, don't say that. But I'm at the point now in my life because I'm a 55-year-old woman. I'm ready to die because I don't live life. But I'm at this point now, I say to myself, maybe the one less Sierra Leone, because we know to the angry activists them. We will not go and slaughter cow before una oste or mark una dode or terrorize una. But maybe this is where we have come to, because now this time in the world we are living in, from the Gaza conflict to the racism we they say in the West, we are that prepared to now hold our politicians accountable. Because if you cannot subject Amina or then became Amina to FGM, who was the same age as Khadija when she was raped and brutally murdered. You know how I get involved with the case of Khadija. Khadija in Papana as Hawada boy in nephew. But you know, go to until it can't to me because at the time when that child was where he died, hours where he died, hours. The papa reached out to me because initially they tell the papa say, then go put in Pikin Bondo. So the papa panic and he go on the internet, he Google the first name will come up na my name. He's from America, right? I did in England. I'm not Sabian from Adam and Eve. But he reached out to
No,
me
I
and said,
remember
Doctor,
that case because that case
yes,
where I go through quite a
with
bit, had a lot of shows about
we
it,
did
and I
so
remember the
much. We did,
first day I went on live, I was so angry, and I challenged the
yes.
first, and I mean, I've been the first person who go on live and challenge the first lady. Say
So
that
with
picking
that
then
question,
I'm picking in age. If you cannot
yes,
put
yes.
her bone, if you cannot allow a man to take advantage of her, why is it okay? Stand up. And a lot
So
of people
so
they'll be
that's
vexed for me. Say, why you they compare the first lady in
the
Peking
two.
to this situation? I'm like, because she's a mother.
Yes, because
yeah,
she's protecting her children. So this is the question I want to ask to that father. We say in West Dongo, in Mama Dongo, in Granny Dongo, in Pekin. I don't mind in Mama and in Papa and in Granny them, but in Pekin. As a father, we born you Pekin. You don't get all the rights and responsibility as a father you can pass on to your child. You don't show on the love of the world. Why would you think the knowledge where you don't pass on to you picking, the love and understanding of a parent to a child, you know, if you say is sufficient for let you picking learn from all those characteristics and attributes them as a parent can pass on to your father. You feel say again for go so let somebody else go gear and the knowledge because you're not equipped enough, you're not qualified enough. You and you were from not sabi how for raise una picking down una get for care and go so side. What kind of message even you they give to your picking say you not a better picking, you not a woman, you not get no value. Pastor go do this to you, then you will become a value to another man. You know, when a father's, you know,
And
me,
then
me,
the
papa, na,
question also I for ask is that how old was this child when she went through
this
the Bondo
child, yes,
Society?
and
Did
in
the
a
government know
veterinary,
that when you took them to vacation to Sierra Leone
Well,
was to go subject your daughter to that? Did they know? And if they were to find out, you honestly feel say you will be proud to say it, or you will be in hot
and
waters?
he's in
Make
the
we dey think about them
So then people are then so bold that they know they inadvertently, my brother, you've also broken the law by admitting, because you don't know the people the way they talk to. We are activists, but we are also what you call it? Law enforcement. We enforce the law. How are we enforce the law? I'm in the United States. By the way it can say in Peking, we may adults, I'm saying wife in Peking, but I don't know his daughter's age. But he has admitted this is a recording. This program is being recorded for the public to hear
We
and
can
the
even prosecute
worldwide.
you.
This is worldwide. It's like a father say, I pass me Peking go to a pedophile for let them go rape him. FGM is seen like that worldwide. So you are further admitting you had to take your child somewhere for let her go make a woman, and you say you Pekin. Pekin for me is somebody who's under 18. So I really want to know in Pekin. And please, sir, I don't think we don't part 2024. You know, back in the day, Matilda, for we come on, we na ethnic people them, we na Timni, my grandpa and so we don't live the ethnic way because they use the word tribe. We don't get no tribe na Salone. We are ethnic communities, ethnic groupings. So both of me people, my family side, we are endemic ethnic Sierra Leoneans. My name na Yangbeshe, typical Sierra Leone name. The Alima na just normal namesake. But my Salone name na Yangbeshe. If you hear Yangbeshe na Ghana, tell me, not to Sierra Leonean. Me name na Sierra Leonean. I am a Sierra Leonean, so culture tradition is in my name. By the fact that you see me face and me characteristics, I am a Sierra Leonean and I'm proud of being a Sierra Leonean. But we get to also be very mindful of we approach to certainty. If this was a conversation we're having with Kenyans, them, a different story we hear here today. The advancement of we women's rights,
Australia.
it seems if in Sierra Leone it don't become so redundant that they cannot even think beyond. The culture also become so embedded in them that when they even talk, they need to even understand, say by the words you say now in 2024, you are either complicit in the act of the abuse of your own child, or you are a perpetrator where they allow the abuse of your child, or thirdly, that you don't value your own wife, where you can't talk publicly about your wife experience and publicly about your daughter's experience. And which is why you see that Sierra Leone, most times when our girls are violated and abused, they have nowhere to turn to for help. Because
Yeah.
even from the doctors, the police, the judiciary, everybody that surround the girls have this
They are
very
corrupt.
attitude towards abuse. No, they have the same attitude. They can't tell me, but you don't say that. But who's you don't hear that? No, no. You mentioned the Mopoto Protocol. There are 7. Yes, we'll not get a specific. The in 2014, in 2015, as I say, Kenny Magedi's ban on the Kendu, but Anes Koroma, because of the spread of the Ebola virus, there was a ban on traditional practices, harmful traditional
Yes.
practices in
Harmful
2015
traditional.
in the whole of Sierra Leone. Then in
Yeah.
specific towns like cities like Kenemad and Passam, specific to the Kendu. Then in 2019, following the deaths of these young men, the secret society again was banned because again the government of Madabio they feel like I said this was like a insurgence of the APC political narrative was happening, so they had to stop it straight away. So it's not new that they're not able to do so. All we need na salon. We don't need no sensitizing. I even not like that word anymore. Sierra Leone says, how dumb can we be when we not know waiting they happen anymore? You have to be under a rock for like you don't know waiting they cause FGM and what is FGM. You know, is not Bondo. Bondo is not FGM. When they want silence the conversation or break down the discourse, then they say Bondo. No, we need to talk about Bondo. FGM is one of many, many practices that way they occur in the Bondo society. We they
Society.
focus on
Yeah.
we have other, like I was saying earlier, there are other many harmful side there, but we they focus on this one because of the impact it has on health. I mean, we don't spend over an hour here. They talk to we people there in Creole, not to English. Oh. We don't give graphic examples of what we mean, and on top of that, we people that still say they don't understand. How much more can I go into detail as to what I mean? In fact, we not like for go into this amount of depth where we they talk about this thing because for we don't dey follow a procedure where we call or a policy or a mantra where we they say do no harm because at the end of the day if you cannot understand now that make we not they use images we need to show bloody images anymore we if a victim want for talk fine but we they go with the human fact we they go with the fact that human beings are very complex in their understanding. Majority of Sierra
Say
Leoneans
Sierra
where
Leone.
they
Say Sierra
they
Leoneans.
choose for
Sierra
Ghanaians
Leone.
don't behave
I'm
like this.
from there,
Nigeria,
right?
Nigeria. If not, we were having this conversation in Nigeria, you would see how appalled the people would have been to hear again. A
Yeah.
man then counts. Where are the women? Is the question we should be asking. You post something on FGN, the people that way you more like. This is why they tell me say we have a pervasive culture of sexual abuse in Sierra Leone. Most of our men don't think they are sexually pervasive, but majority, I don't have the statistics for, and I don't get the evidence for prove them, but it's just about the language, the attitude, the mentality that they have towards women. They show me say they're very pervasive. Whenever they speak of woman, and that make you see most of we women, if a Salone woman want to destroy another woman, they can cause and say it bigo. And they can cause and say you tit long past me tito. And they go to in vagina, in genitalia,
Yeah.
because that's what the society, when they want to destroy your character, who you are, for subject you to the lowest form of human being,
So,
where you don't have go mask over you, now you private, then they attack, because that's where they feel say the power of a woman lies. We refuse for be that
Exactly.
no nobody I mean I want to hear from women. We get a country right now where almost, I don't know even the percentage of women that are more likely to die in childbirth. And when you go look at those children, those women that are dying, they are not women, they're adolescent children, 14 to say maybe 18. Now, yes, with mortality, death rates have changed slightly, but in the 2 years, 3 years ago, every child born in Sierra Leone likely for die before 85, and the possibly they
Yeah.
born are a teenage pekin. Then that teenage
Indeed.
pekin they walk because it don't come out from an area where they not enforce education as a way for develop the girl child or even the boy. Instead, they use secret society for enforce knowledge and develop the child. No, there are other ways we
Exactly.
don't come a long way as a country for let we politicians don't want for let them question there. Now that make them they support the majority where they support this idea because they know say people like we they question clean drinking water. We want safe places there for we woman there. We want justice where woman and they go report rape in a police station. Police not go rape me for bail money. We want for let we see we wife them then are us peacefully without domestic abuse. You know, almost women and they die every day from domestic abuse. I have a girl that was raped in Kenema, a 2-year-old girl. I don't spend. I wish the mama can phone. I want some of me clients them for call.
Yeah.
Then people are
So
not
now
care.
I actually want can to that because I dey look at the time and I
Yeah,
realize say we have to have a second set of this conversation, a third, a
would
fourth,
love
how
to.
many
Would
times
love
it
to.
takes. We will arrange it,
Love
we'll
to.
make I will make sure say make it happen because even this thing about consent we not talk about properly yet. This thing about putting a
ooh,
2-year-old baby, a baby, remember, two, cannot speak, oh, cannot speak, very limited vocabulary, but yet you say you dey go put on society. Society. We not talk about that yet. We also not touch very interestingly on this thing way about, then they put some people in Bondo society even after death. Okay. We not touch about
Yes.
that. So um maybe in the next cohort of this, maybe Dr. Fatu will be available. Because I know saying get to the dolls them, the mannequins them. For some of the man them,
Yeah.
Syrian
where they say
girls.
they don't understand.
Syrian got it as
Even
well.
though sometimes they are married to woman them, where they have gone through this. But let me be open here to say sometimes maybe you don't know because you have never, I am sorry to say, I'm going to be very graphic here, because you as a man has never taken the time to actually look at your woman properly. Because
Yes.
if you don't ever sit down, you take the time for look at your woman, you know the anatomy, you understand the anatomy of a woman, you understand how women are built from head to toe, how they're supposed to look. And you as a man, you sit down, you look at your woman properly, then I no go get need for call somebody like Dr. Fatu make it bring the mannequin for can explain to her. But since I get the strong belief, say, ever really, you might claim to be married or be in a relationship, but you have never taken the time to understand the body parts of your wife. So therefore, I go do na the honors with bringing in the mannequins na ya. We then go explain, tell una the different body parts them and the different body parts them we don't have. This, like I say, now is psychological and a sociological conversation. The policy is one hand, but for me, the greatest battle, like I see this, they inside the society, inside the psyche and within the fabrics of the society. That's where the battle is. If one old president, they ask a question, a very simple question, Isidore say, political suicide, that should tell you a lot. Then they for tell una say, they use this thing for them political dominance. Then they for tell una say, for them, the woman's body is nothing else but a political playground.
A
Then they for
tool.
tell
A
say,
tool.
yes, a tool.
It's a
Then they for
tool.
tell una for say, for the man them, it is a woman's body, it is only about the satisfaction of the man. It is a sexual tool, nothing else. So basically, what they mean is that the word woman ceases to exist. The woman is not a person. The woman is an object. Now then they go be me own last word. I want make una tell family and tata for today, and definitely we go come back and continue this conversation.
And I want to use this opportunity also for thank you, Matilda, and thank the Voice of Sierra Leone, and even the callers that we call, because for me, every time I can do them conversations here, it is show the kind of attitudes that we get for deal with, and we're going to be dealing with this for a very long time, which is why some people there, the international community has this say where they can always say, oh, Sierra Leone is such a difficult country. Despite everything we are doing, these people are still looking at things that were like 100 years ago. It's like the people have to make a choice. Sierra Leoneans now have to make a choice. I'm not here to convince you not to cut your daughter. It's your choice now for say, then people at the end they talk thing and then they tire. Maybe let's just maybe for once just step back and say, let us listen to waiting and they say. If we dey argue say we want with politicians then instead of the pay so we dem for court we una build for we the best university for let we girl pikin and boy pikin and go. We want the modern hospital with upline because most times na upline and they go na their village there. To this day, we not get mobile health clinics than our villages. Them in the villages, we mama they're more likely for suffer from disease than where they go able for treat easily like tuberculosis because then they go na their society does they enter their system. Like this man say, it not mean say because you wef not suffer means is right. It not mean say because we did do it right because I not suffer okay it's okay no. Where you know better, you do better. We have come a long way as a people. This is not the country we bring modern African civilization in a way to the world. The first country with a university in West Africa. But yet we have not used the knowledge and inspiration that academia brings to the world. Instead, we go to the lowest level of what we call culture for elevate the mindset of we people there. When other countries and they use their culture for invest, I mean, we don't get Starlink now as alone. So maybe they go look at somebody like Elon Musk, one of the most smartest man in the world. We're using knowledge for build space internet. I know one day see so where we don't build internet. And not to for disrespect them in any way. I have never seen that. And I don't see how that culture they go elevate me to the next 20, 30 years of Sierra Leone, where we they represent ourselves and be in power with other parts of the world. That for me, that the highest level of culture than they are they refer to. Because other community, Liberia don't see say this not they help them anymore, they don't ban FGM. Gambia, you see what happen in Gambia, where politicians then side with faith leader them, but you see what happen, the people then turn, they say no, we not go allow, and hopefully they're not go able for repeal this law. America, where Donald Trump say he go repeal the law for abortion. You see what happen. We are bringing that kind of energy now to the African leaders. Them as activists, there we they use every power belong to us. We do challenge powers of oppression. For years, people do not be understand the Jewish and Israeli conflict and the Palestinian conflict. But now look at what is happening. We get the power. We believe in the power. If you are a woman, you're from Sierra Leone, you are a survivor, you want to join the movement, please feel free for come to us. We are ready to support you. And to me, activists and my colleagues, the way they work in Sierra Leone, I know it's not easy because I've never ever seen a people who are so determined, so courageous, we don't work so hard, even with the disrespect. See the level of disrespect where them people are car with we, like I say now, we don't do them bad. But you know what, every day we dey go down the field, we dey walk every single day. Day in, day out with the work because we believe in we believe in Sierra Leonean there. We they ask we Sierra Leonean there. You not believe in yourself, you not believe in una pikin there, you not put value in them. Because every day una they blame girl pikin, una they forget for blame the actual elements that where they cause the problem where we they see so na salon today. Not all una pikin there. If today we pikin and they dance, then naked picture, then they exploit themselves, then they do all kind of thing on street. Mandela say, if you want to know the society in mindset, how then they think, see how then they treat them picking them.
That's right.
If a small 2-month-old baby, a 20-year-old man, they say, na me and you, na me boyfriend and you. Can you imagine? So for me, na they are the left farm. And I'm sorry for the one that we say the words and language where we use now was harsh. Sometimes we get for use the language where the battle get for understand because some of we now by force them we take we where them brutalize we. And by force we they use the same language again where the oppressor they use for oppress we because we are not only oppressed by we family, we community, the government they in cahoot of the oppression, every system so we not get no hope for anybody else for fet for we pass we fet for we safe. So me in that place for left farm and I'm happy at any time, Matilda. You say next week we there, I get a few months off work. I don't take time off work. I get long holiday because I don't work for 30 years without holiday for me self. Even when I go salon, I mean your money I dey take for go pay for picking and for go school because politicians don't promise their mama they take they not even put a single child in school. Pay them from the level of nursery. We not get one single. This is the thing we not get one single in almost all we villages there with the exception of Mondema. Mondema get the first preschool, primary school where picking and they go for free. We not get that in a salon. We not get that in the village. They say free education. I want for see Nami local village Masang to Bumbuna. I want for see a preschool, primary school where picking and they go from age 2 years old. But then people they don't give to government, they don't give to politicians and for decades. But we not get nothing there for picking there. Anybody will say they want to put you picking Bondo, tell and say bill for me water well, where they supply me water 365 days of the year. Bill for we electricity, power supply, bill for we clinic, bring we midwife, they can give we a doctor, where they can give we medicine, where we they sick with malaria, because malaria for don't stop now. cholera for don't stop, dysentery for don't stop, but we get all them disease na Salone. Now this the way then they sacrifice for them politician and they get nothing in return. Now they me they talk to. Thank you very much. I go left and for now.
Thank you very much. Antiawa, close us with what you get
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah, Matilda, I tell you, thank you. Anytime you're ready, I'm willing for come. I tell everybody, thank you. I they ask for Sierra Leoneans, like the fathers, the brothers, like that man, the kind of voice we come out with. If not that voice they come out with, for say love no court with girl picking there, it go fine. I they ask everybody, every Sierra Leoneans, this na the 21st century. Now left there in those days, this na rape. Bondo na rape. Na rape, na violence, because the way when they grip you, sit down my chest, na rape. It's not good for picking them. It's not good for anybody. If you not affect your family, it go affect other person. And Bondo, it dey affect everybody one or two way. And they bring something and maybe Alima know of that. We don't go Bondo. Like where you they have fun with your man or your boyfriend. You don't want to on the light. Because you don't know what in there, you don't want to see. Some person get killed down there. You know want to see them. If they say no hot the light. These assignments are the left one for everybody. All possible way don't go Bondo. You know I'm get fun on the light. If they say water because you know want to see the damage we get down below there. So anybody where they say they go put Bondo, that Bondo money where they go take for support. If na $100 or $200, if you take that one day, you go help picking them. Now a then small village them wo them parents and not get money for buy books for them picking them. You buy books, you buy uniform, you give them. It better pass for go court to the picking. At the beg let everybody pledge. We all get corner who come out. We all get village who come out. We all get streets who come out. That money the way they go support. Buy books, go na the community. You go see the one way not go able to afford. Use that money there for help that picking day, that girl picking day for gear knowledge. At the beg, low come up behind this wood, the low all join. Politician then a Salone like if I reflect back, and Escoroma in time, it been say age consent. But would I point that age consent? Me they call name now Sylvia. The time we been the social welfare minister. In being worse parts the one that we go Bondo. In the go church at the Bondo drama them for Kanak in office. So at the beg, at the ask everybody, the world done the civilized. Now we build schools, then we go build Bondo Bush. Now we exchange Bondo Bush to school. Or like how Alima talk, make pump. Some side a good drinking water no day, good toilets no day. Build down then at the community, then you go support Bondo. At the beg, now try the change. The world they change rapidly. And we politician then, we need for knock door to them. Alima like how we do na London na ya during Alima come this prime minister we believe you don't come.
David Cameron.
Yes, David Cameron. The supporter David Cameron we. If we use that way they to politician the more now we the point we save, especially in London, yeah, UK, yeah. Look, how many of them go? Now then they go put Bondo so. Now then they talk about rape. If I can reflect now, the same Thailand. How many women, eight man rape one woman, what they call Satalamin? Nobody talk about that. Rape and take pulling womb. Nobody talk about that. a 12-year-old girl, 5-man gun rape. Nobody not talk that. That man where they can't talk say in Pekin he go Bondo this. If I know my one we not know in age. If we know in age, would they drag you small, till we take the law na your hand. Maybe you go be the leader for campaign for say stop, let's stop FGM. So I tell
Because
everybody thank we can
yes,
listen.
I mean, just want to remind because I don't think we stick on the law, but I just want to state and quickly for the one that we go watch this program later. In 2015, the UK passed a law, and that law, for the first time, it recognized the responsibility of parents. Them, it say if you the parent, because for many years, parent them they use this excuse. Oh, I go use Salone for example. Just as I use Mami Yoko in case that man come back again with a question, I they use example. Says a mama can picking go salon and go put in picking bono. You say, I'll not be no, I can't go to Migani, I ain't go put on. No. Because the UK law recognized the protection and the safeguarding of children, the utmost responsibility is that of their parent. And if you, the parent, cannot protect your child, you allow your child for someone else for abuse or violate your child, then it's your paramount responsibility. So you get a duty for protect your pikin. So several Sierra Leoneans have been, including a person who work at the embassy. Can you imagine? But the person make a decision, it go instead of being deported. So we get the power, and I deny that. Ask how we actually have the power for bring a charge, just as we did with the ban of schoolgirls. We brought a charge against the country, Sierra Leone. We can go back again, which is what we are doing. Because it seems as if the government of Sierra Leone, they try for push the power of activism, and we're not prepared. A lot of us are prepared. We're not poor, but we're not gentry at the same time. But we know people, we know people, we know people. And so we they try for put together. And if you're an activist, you want for join, we really want for bring a charge against the country of Sierra Leone for failing for protect women and girls, because we don't get several picking and now we don't die, including one way we set up a campaign group called Not in My Name. Since 2016, Not in My Name don't spearhead campaigns there. We don't challenge the governments of Sierra Leone. So we they call on any activists with sound minding, genuine, with no political affiliation, we're independent in terms of their representation, for work with we so we can bring an international charge against the government of Sierra Leone for failing for protecting victims and survivors of FGM. Just as we don't do with Ebola victims, we want to bring a same charge on victims of FGM. If you've been a victim, whether you're an adult or a child, you reach out to we go put something together, because we get a international criminal judge. We're ready for sponsor. We go pay for everything. We go bring onto the tribunal, the International Tribunal Court of Human Rights. Now they begin for, because it seems as if that's how far the government maybe want for let we go, because then they argue right now elections and tripartite and everything else, but then they fail for say the UN over time don't question Sierra Leone. They don't give deadlines. They don't give recommendations over and over for let the issue of FGM. Every time where it seems as if somebody tell me yesterday, because they just look at the Child Rights Act, then they even try for manipulate, so they not go include FGM. And we are not prepared. A lot of us are prepared. We're not to picking there again for bring a charge against the state. So I will left on there for now.
Well, thank you very much. Like I said, Boku Day where we talk, Boku Day where we still not talk it, we still not touch on, how you call him, cross border or cross continental, cutting FGM way down they on the rise right now. So some country then we ban, some country then we not ban, some people then they go over for good one. But you know what's going to happen? Like education, there was a time when women were not given the right to be educated. Women them not being get right for access certain positions. Certain women them get for break certain glass ceilings them we pave the way for other women them.
Oh
With this
yes.
FGM thing waiting get for happen over time,
Oh
because
yes.
for say picking them, but often no picking them born so. right? And Boko of una picking them, therefore intermarry, not to Sierra Leoneans them, to other nationalities them, to other people them of different nationalities them. Where sometimes most of them people and they, because of who side they don't bond and don't grow, they don't believe anymore in them sort of thing, and then a thing will not exist anymore in family them. As a matter of fact, they don't educate themselves about the ills. So waiting there for they can happen now. So that one day where they gladly take una picking and go for make them go hack them. Right? Let me tell you this what's going to happen. Over time, una picking and get for begin they soon and a court.
Yes.
And therefore, they take una go the justice system and begin to sue una court for mutilation of them body parts them, because they not begin una consent for make una take them, for make them parts them go be mutilated in the name of tradition. So that's going to happen. And most of them picking them, therefore they lost their relationship, them in marriages, them as a result of this. Because a man, after a certain time in the next 20 years, they wouldn't want to see that. They don't want anything to do with that. They wouldn't want to see that kind of brutality, that kind of something. They demand themselves now. Go begin for say, for what your parents did to you. For what your parents did to you, I am going to sue them. So now that 10 day, sometimes some of you go begin wake up, but I hope you not wait till that 10 day reach for make you do the right thing. I don't know why it is always Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone. I'm not saying other countries they're not experienced, then but it's happened
No,
for one where we one
Somali
foot
done the
forward,
better now.
backward. We cannot be that country that always take 10 foot backwards. Like I say, I'm happy to have these women, any one of them at any time when they're ready, and me schedule permit, me program schedule permit, because this is an ongoing conversation. Rome wasn't built in a day. They say you got for do something 21 times for make it begin stick, not to so. It take 90 days for make you begin change an habit. So obviously one conversation is not going to do it. It's going to take many conversations, many questions, many probing, many interrogation, many personal stories. And to the ladies out there, make a urge now all. When some of them programming also they take place, I know that sometimes it bring up certain things to una. But the more una come una tell una story, then these men realize waiting at the real thing where unu they go through, where unu know they talk about. Because unu they go through boku, but unu know they talk about. And because unu know they talk about them, they feel it is okay. They feel you are okay. But until you are bold enough to stand in your truth, the next man will always think you are fine. So even as I close this show, I want to take a moment, because obviously una know for say I dey part of Hope for Youth Sierra Leone, an organization where we birthed in 2020 during the thick of the COVID. And right now, definitely, we don't do a lot in the country, and I'm so proud of my work in that country. Sometimes there's some people like say, you're not a Salone, your family, as a matter of fact, when it comes to your close knit relative, now that they point to bar with a Salone, this, that. But sometimes the truth is we do this for love of country. Somehow, some of us that were born in that country, there's just something that keeps pulling us back, even though no, when I say dondo, we not get for. I can sell off all of my lands and properties in Sierra Leone right now. Trust me, I'll be okay. I'll be more than okay, because I don't need Sierra Leone. I don't need Sierra Leone for survive. I don't need Sierra Leone for anything in my life. But there is just something about that country, we continue for pull you back. We continue for make you believe say something better can be done. So for Hope for Youth Sierra Leone, I will make me produce and roll the pictures them. We did McKinney this weekend. We did mass sensitization all over. These are my Afford girls, obviously, because then they not bother but in school we can't take them out of the school. We make sure say them do their own celebration inside the environment with them principal them. This was the McKinney, movement today. These kids, we get chapter then at McKinney, we get chapter na Kenema, we get chapter na Cambia, we get chapter na Kono, we get chapter na Dwazak, Lombly, Juba, Kuton Road, the Hartford ladies, we get na na Bond, we get na Pujon, we get na Grafton, we get na Regent, we get na Tengbeton, Mile 91, Moyamba, Kukuna, Kisi, Bumbuna, Wellington, Lunge. I make sure say I call all the name them because I know for say them go say, Ma, you forget for call Will. But una all na me picking them, una all na me brothers and sisters them. I tell una boku thank you for the wonderful things you guys did in McKinney this weekend. You started with a symposium yesterday. I was there with you while I was doing my 9 to 5. I still then at the Zoom, they listen to all of the activities them, and then this morning you went in on a bang, you did a massive sensitization inside McKinney. You took the streets of the town of McKinney, the province. I was so proud of your work. This evening, una get una football tournament this afternoon. Then this evening term, una get una artists performances them. And tomorrow morning, we wrap things up and then una go back now on a different district and different chapter, and the work continues. The work continues. And I know for say this year we get 10 serious priorities then where we they look at. And then priorities then are priorities then they way we not go left behind because then priorities then they're important. And I just want to take the time and make sure say, we priorities them what we get for look at, make an announcement to the public. So if there is any time they want for sponsor any of them priorities there, contact me. You're more than welcome. We dey look at the Kush campaign because Kush na a major thing now in society. We not go done with this Kush campaign. We go continue for do Kush campaign all over the country. We go continue with the girls and women empowerment. We will continue with early girl and forced marriage because trust me, this we organize. We don't rescue Boku people them. We don't rescue Pikin them. Where then they take middle net for go marriage. We don't rescue Pikin them. Where Paramount Chief get in Yaip and the Pikin. Small Pikin.
Can you imagine?
Marry them. If I tell you now, this particular girl, she's in Afford school. She's in Afford doing well. We get for escape with them Pikin, and I can tell you stories about Sierra Leone that you would not imagine. We get the agriculture.
If now we can't talk, they say, oh, now they make up stories. Here you are, somebody,
Matilda. Matilda,
Yes.
will not get a center, a rescue center na Salone. Like a down
Yes,
the whole child marriage happen. Wusa you the care and go keep them for some time. What rape happen? Wusa una the care and go after FSU for let them not tamper with all these things.
Yeah,
will
no.
not get an
We don't have it. No, we don't. We get for work on agriculture. We get for work on the protection of the environment. We get for work on trafficking because child trafficking is on the rise in Sierra Leone. Whether you know it or not, let me tell you.
Child trafficking, girl trafficking, women. When they talk Kadama, when they joke about this Kadama, but
protection
every
of
day,
youth, promotion of youth activity, youth as a community leader. I'm an agent of change. And I know for say that initiative there, I'm very big on them because I believe in the youth population. I believe say they are the agent of change. If they are properly given the tools, they put in the right environment, they are capacitated properly. Community building, we get for do fundraising, we get for increase also with communities them. There is a lot of work that Hope for Youth is going to be doing this year up until next year. I am proud of being part of that organization. I am proud of my youth. Like I tell you, since we didn't them picking in their life, one of them not ever get police case. One of them not ever mistake go prison. As a matter of fact, we have counselors amongst the youth where we develop, we stand for counselor, and now they are doing fantastic work. Hope for Youth Sierra Leone Happy 4th anniversary. May God bless you all. I can't wait to see you all tomorrow to come to you all. May God bless you all. And to the ladies, please, I beg, next time we get them program there. So I know the program, then why they touch on where people and they be very reserved. Even the numbers. Now later on I can count, I can watch. Because the moment when I can hear they talk about the trauma. When I'm talking about war, situation of war, when I'm talking about, early forced marriage, rape, when I'm talking about things like this, the societies, I know what can happen to now. So like Madam Alima say, in a situation of trauma, reach out to her, reach out to me. I will put you in contact with these professionals. They are there, they are willing, they are able, they know what to do. Make we all Salone, make we always sell. Until next time, may God bless Mama Salone and may God bless you.
Amen. Thank you.
So we say make we drive Kushna Salone. But we life
That is so right, yeah now. What's if they do? When we bother them, they die. Push on the hell, now them body just they try. So foot at them body, they and now they just they cry. When we bother them foot, so they swell now why? I don't know if now the chemical or what's in them they put. Best time for avoid them, nothing but the suit. Other food and they for it, come up be young kush. We say bring this message so you do work for you. On the
Every day we they lost it in their life because of good.